What's up, everybody?
What is going
Hello.
on?
Oh,
We're
I
here
turned
live.
my volume down.
Happy Sunday. We are officially 1 week and 1 day away from when I'm supposed to leave for MultiGP IO. And I'm not stressing at all. But we're here with Terrence Andrews and Shoji. No, I'm joking. I am a little bit stressed out, but I have a huge. We're here with Terrence Andrews. I have. I am a little bit stressed out, but I have.
I got it.
I was gonna say, who's got us on back?
It is me.
My lights, that one above my desk is way too bright. There we go. All right.
Sorry, everybody, we're late. It's my fault.
It is your fault, isn't it? It's always your fault.
No, it's like Dan and I end up talking too much in the pre-chat. And we're like, hey, shouldn't some of this be on the live stream? And it's like, oh yeah, hold on.
Oh yeah, then we always forget to bring it up too.
So welcome everybody. Captain Collins in the stream, Jeff PV, One Vision Aerial, welcome. Dana Stallion, Rob Eccles, what's going on? Technique.
So I'll tell you a funny story while we're late. So we had a pool party that we just came from. One of my friends, him and his wife, they're costumers in Hollywood. They basically just like put the costumes, clothing, everything for like all these actors. So the husband working on the TV show The Rookie, and we were chatting it up and whatever. And like one of our friends who was there happens to also be a music executive and a music manager. And he brings his brand new Jeep Wrangler with like no doors and whatever. And my 9-year-old and all the kids are like, "Oh, it's so cool." I'm like, "Okay, it's 5:00. We got to pack up in a few minutes." Because my wife is like trying to wrangle the kids, and then they disappear because he takes the boys first to Yogurt Land and spoils all the kids with like frozen yogurt. And then they come back and he takes the girls, and I'm like, "All right, we're packed up. Everything's ready to go. We're at the car. It's like 4:45 and 5:45, and they're not back yet." so I had to wait for Froyo, and a Jeep ride for some girls before I can come home. Man, it was cool though, because like she got to ride on the highway within in the wind and whatever. It was all excited. And I'm glad they got to have fun. So, and I appreciate you guys waiting for me.
Oh, no worries.
Dude, no problem.
Hey, the things we do for our kids, right?
Right. Okay, just out of this group, just between Terrence and I alone, we have 9.
9 kids, 5 and 4.
Yeah. So Matt's got 2.
I got 2. I wanted 4, but once you recognize crazy, you may not want to.
Right.
Keep going with that, but we don't talk about that. I got 2 great kids there.
Was that Joseph Mendoza?
Yeah.
Joseph Mendoza said, "Keep it in your pants." I have solved it. I have snipped things. I will not keep it in my pants.
Dude, right here. Vasectomy high 5.
Oh, to get hit with twins on the last set though.
Yeah, and I was like,
oh.
The doctor said she's gonna.
Doing?
The doctor said she's gonna keep looking. I was like, "Stop looking. You found 2. That's good."
If there's a third, I want it to be a surprise at the end.
Yeah. Right, dude. That was right after my daughter was born. So my ex, directly after my daughter was born, had like massive medical issues. Like, I'll give you a very, 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 very brief introduction. 3 days after my daughter was born and 1 hour after arriving back home at our house with my daughter, my ex, my daughter's mother, had a massive embolism and her lungs shut down. I happened to be a paramedic, so I stabilized her until my crew got there and stabilized her the rest. And my chief sat there with my daughter, who was crying on the bed next to her while I was resuscitating her. So it was a mess. And within maybe 6 weeks of my daughter getting born, I was like, "Yep, it's time for the old snipperoo." not doing this again. No way. Like, I don't care how healthy it is. I don't care how, like, there is nothing more important. She's out of it fine now, but it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
that was enough. I was like, I don't want to do this again. I've got one beautiful daughter. That's all I need.
Jeff's got those propped babies. That's it.
Right? Yeah, he's got none, and he's good. He's fine with that.
All my babies got props.
Neutering is the best fix, Rob. You're right. What's up, Carlton? How you doing? So I got a couple of shout-outs real quick. Rob Eccles, dude, your rigs are going to be on my bench first thing tomorrow morning. I got your 2S Whoop right here, and your 3-inch racer right here. So that's going to be super fun. He's going to have a blast with those. And then I've got a rig that I'm fixing for him right there. So shout out to Rob Eccles. We got a couple Patreon guys in here. Let's see. I know we've got New Sins. I saw him. What's up, New Sins? I'm not sure if Brett's in here right now, but Myopic, if you pop in, here's your shout out, bro.
Yeah,
What's up,
yeah, Myopic will probably jump in here shortly.
Oh yeah, he's usually in. Powered Bono FPV, ground control. What's up?
Yeah. Ground control in the
Hey,
house.
okay. No, went real quick. I heard now that Howard's on here. Heard you guys make indestructible frame. And you see
Almost.
he destroys literally everything. And so we were just wondering if maybe you guys wanted to put that to the test by sending him one. He's got tons of marmots and everything, all kinds of shit like put together.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
What do you think about, do you have any OG Nemesis laying around that maybe I could split the cost with you to send him one?
Maybe.
I'd say that's the toughest one you've got, right? Other than maybe the Necromancer.
Yeah, it is. And if he's still flying GoPros, it's cool. But I don't know. I don't like how it looks so much with the hero on it, personally. But that's me from a designer standpoint. It was designed back before when everybody was still flying Sessions of 4s and Session 5s. So, that's this one. So I built this one in 2017. It's got the recessed
Hero 5 mount.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
But it's this is the one my Nemesis micros are based off of.
Yeah.
But this is a 6-inch. I've got the flight control screws isolated from the arms. 18 mil low profile in the back. It's hard to see with the props on, but.
And the arms are a lot beefier than any camera can do justice with. When you get one in your hands, you're like, "Oh my god!"
That thing is a flipping tank.
It
was over engineered. Let's put it that way. I don't want to break this shit. So that's the first. That is the second. So I built the prototype, and then the prototype arms were just a hair too short for what I wanted them. I wanted a little more clean air, so I lengthened them by.
Here, Matt, I'm gonna send you the link to my that vlog I did with Twans, and where I smashed it into the gazebo full throttle. And it's right at the beginning of this, so I'll just send you the link to that, and you can just play that video. But
yeah, the Mutiny freestyle frame is tough as nails. They're all flipping like the Mutiny Bando. I designed that thing to be tough as hell.
On the
Mutiny Bando,
yeah, and then I've got if he flies HD, I've got this is the Mutiny Hd V2. It's skinnier than the previous one. It's got more motor protection. The other one didn't have any motor protection. That was one of the criticisms I got about my frame. It was like, dude, you don't have any motor protection. And it was like, well, I mean, if you look, well, I keep forgetting where my camera's at.
Yeah, I heard any of those.
And it's only got 3 screws, and everybody's like, "Why you only use 3 screws?" I was like, "Because you don't need 4." But
promoter, but I mean, no one wants to hear that. So I'll shut up now.
the three I think helps a little bit with the twist. For 2, if you getting certain impact, if you pick the wrong 2 screws as a designer, you could be putting forces on the arms that help it break. But yeah, that one there, like I said, I had one for rotational and two for stability, and it worked out pretty well. Nobody broke pads anywhere near down there. I had people that lost screws every now and again. Well, it sucks because if I lose a screw, then I'm down to 2, and I'm like,
that's why you buy a box of screws.
Loctite and replace
and Loctite.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've got a freaking 6-pound a box of hardware here from China. I need to sort through this week.
Right?
Is that from our friends over there, RJX?
I've got well, actually, I buy them from Hawksky,
okay.
but they're doing. They used to do motors, and now they're doing mostly hardware and stuff. They are starting to do custom motors, but they're not making their own brand of motors anymore.
Gotcha.
So I'm working with them, and I'm hopefully going to have some motors come out this year.
Yo, we need some Renegade motors, man. I'm saying we need some Renegade motors.
I got some Gank motors coming. I got the tiny ones that I'm probably going to steer clear of the 1404.
I might do a Renegade motor, a micro motor. You know, I love my micros.
I might do a 1207, but I don't know. It's 1404, 1207. Of course, 2207, 2306 for racing and freestyle.
I want to run 1306.
And then like a 2810 for the Necromancer. Something like that.
That would be nice. The 2810.
Yeah. Something like that.
Absolutely.
We'll see. I'm going to start out with the 1404s because I feel like those would sell pretty quick with the Nemesis micros. So I think I've got like 150 Nemesis micros coming in or something like that, between the 3-inch, new 3.5-inch, and the new 4-inch. So,
what kind of KV do you run on the 3-inch?
What's that?
What KV do you run on those 3 inches?
I'm running 1404 4600 KV, and I'm running it 3S for if I'm in a crowded park, 4S if I'm out in the open and don't have to worry about anything. It's 186 grams with the battery and the Insta360 Go, so it's super light. It's out in my car. Otherwise, I'd show you.
The two engineers are nerding out.
Right? Dude, I love it. I freaking love it. You should.
He's got the same glasses as me, but I can't see as well with the screen up close. So.
We've had a few episodes that have gone literally like 5 or 6 hours, I think, because it was like Matt, Zach Carrizales, Skylar Allingham, and like just a bunch of like huge tech nerds that were just like, let's do this. I think Ryan Harrell was there at one point. Like, it was just like everybody was like, yeah, and then the KV of this ESC can handle it. It was like, oh my God, my brain is melting.
Well, and then you got Zach, who used to design props too. So,
right.
We look at the clock, and Dan's like, "You guys, I got to go to bed."
Can I just fly? I just want to fly.
My daughter was like 4 or something, and it was like 2 in the morning. I was like, guys, I keep the stream going, but I'm turning it off.
Actually, Dan was broadcasting the stream, and I think he just left it on and went to bed.
Yes.
He came back like an hour and a half later, and we were done streaming, but Zach and I were still talking till like fucking 2 in the morning.
Dude, it was so weird. I was like, "Are you guys still live?" I just came out for a smoke after waking up to pee. Like, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, Zach's like, well, when Zach and I get off air and we're like going through some of our prototype design, just like I have probably 9 different frames that I've designed almost completely, and I got towards the end and I'm just like, I don't like that. And I never made a prototype out of it, never did anything with it. It's just sitting there. Like the hexacopter, the Skya, that was there for 6-8 months before Flywoo came out with their little hex stack, and I was just like, yes, finished it up in like what, 4 hours and
Right?
set it off for prototype. I was like, yep, got to get one of these.
Dude,
It's always like cool for us to see like products from other people because like Andrew's the engineer, so he's the primary designer, and he refuses to make a smaller quad. But to be fair, the conversations that we've had about it was just like there's so many really good ones out there already. Is it necessary to get like yours is awesome? So it's just like, why make one?
Well, I'm gonna chime in here because I think that's a very good thought. I was talking to William Perry the other day about this specific thing because, as we announced last week, William Perry and the team at FPV Builders just technically bought Racer X. And so they now own Racer X. And so they're changing a few things, but keeping the general frame design, keeping the general idea of Racer X in general. Because he and Brian are still great friends. So so tonight we're actually giving away a 4-inch Mutiny, or not Mutiny, Mutant. 4-inch Racer X Mutant that was painted by Matty Blunt. But so William and I were talking about this, and there's so many different styles of frame. There's so many different designs. Like Matt and I, I don't design. I'm horrible at designing, but I collaborate with a lot of different people to get a design to happen. And Matt does his designs, which I've always loved and tested, and at one point mainly flew gang frames. Other than I think the Kraken, all I had was gangs and a couple Flynos, but but yeah,
it's hard not to have a Flyno.
Right, exactly. And so you look at Matt's frames and he's got a couple different styles, but he has a very specific style that's his own, whether it's his race frame or his freestyle frames or even his micros. They all have his own gank style to them. Whereas mine are completely different, yet this is still a 3-inch, just like his Nemesis. It's still set up pretty much with the same general setup. This is a 40 millimeter prop Hexa, same general setup as his Skya, but it's completely different. So you look at Racer X, and their frames are a completely different style as well. Look at any other company, that's the same thing. And that's because everybody's wanting to innovate, because sometimes people go looking for a frame that can suit exactly what they need and can't find it.
Right.
And that's why we all do this, because at one point Matt was looking around for frames and he searched through Armatans, iFlights, all that were available at the time, and he's like, but they're still not what I need, what I want to fly. And Andrew, I'm sure, did the exact same. He was like, it just doesn't feel right. I could tweak this, I could tweak that. That's the same sort of thing with me. I hung out and met a few guys that were working with Taro, and they came across me with a concept idea, and I tweaked it and gave them advice, and out spat this. It never really went anywhere in the market, and I ended up with a bunch of random spare frames that I had no use for. So I modified them myself and started just building them for myself. I don't sell them. I just fly it myself. It's my rig. And
it's I did that I first started editing the Martian, because I bought the Martian. I didn't like the Martian, so I made a slammed version of the Martian, and I designed my own nylon pod for the front of it, and then designed my own GoPro mounts. And then I went and put freaking Emu Flight and a Helio AIO on it.
Dude.
My friends are like, you just designed 3/4 of a quad. Why the hell are you? Why just not design the whole damn thing? And I'm like, I don't know. And then I finally, it was like, I finished a full design and I sent it off for a quote, and it was like this less than what I would pay. It was less than I would pay for any name brand quad out there. So I was just like, fuck it, I'll do it. So I got myself a couple of them. Built them, started flying them locally, and everybody's like, "Hey, what frame is that?" You know, it's like, "Oh, I designed it." And, I did the racer first because I was racing and I kept breaking stuff, and I got tired of having to order and wait on stuff. And of course, back then I hadn't learned to keep spares here, replace and fix right away, and then order spares to replace your spares. Once I got into that, my life was a lot easier. You know, you burn a motor, you've already got one at the house, solder it in, you order the replacement for your replacement, and then you're done. It sucks because then I got to buy, like, I buy 8 motors for my hexacopter instead of 6. I buy 5 motors for everything else at a time. Adds a little bit. No, the Nemesis will not have replaceable arms technique.
Why
the
not?
3.5, no, all of the Nemesis is going to be solid bottom plate, just like this. And I will, the 4-inch version is getting a 4 mil bottom plate. The 3.5 is still getting the 3 mil bottom plate. And I put on the V3, I put screws in the top plate, and I've got a 3D print where you can mount the Vista to the top plate instead of mounting it on top of your. It'll still be above the stack, but it'll be mounted to the top plate instead of mounted physically on your stack.
Yeah.
So
Matt,
I actually put 2 screw holes in the top here and here to be able to mount the Vista unit too.
I sent you the link to my vlog video with Twans to show him the crash for that fucking Nemesis.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Andrew, I won't lie. I not only ejected my RunCam 5, but also the FPV camera. Literally just ejected out of the fucking quad. It left a big dent in the gazebo and not a scratch on the fucking frame.
That's awesome.
Like it was right at the beginning of it was the first like flying clip, and it was just DVR or just RunCam, like unedited, unstabilized, everything. It was just cruising directly into a beam. I found the RunCam like 50 feet away behind it.
Yeah.
So it legit ricocheted. Like, here we go. Ping! Like, direct shot with the slow-mo, too. Look at that. Right in the cage. Ping! Not even a dent. Like, not even a broken standoff or a dented standoff or anything. RunCam was battered to all hell and, like, cracked down the side, but the lens was fine.
Damn.
Right?
Yeah, Nick Blackwell's got a picture of him taking a freaking brick mailbox right in the arm on the Mutiny.
Dude, I remember that. That was a wicked video. He spun for like maybe 3 seconds and then somehow managed to pull out. Like, I was like, how did you do that?
He landed. Wow. He hit it, landed, spun, landed, got right back up. He was surprised as hell. He's like, I thought for sure the arm was toast.
Oh yeah.
That's wild, man.
It was amazing. Like, dude, I've watched so many people's videos of the Nemesis and the Mutiny just get fucking hammered. Like, I myself, even with the Nemesis 3-inch, the V3 HD, the beefier one, Matt's legitimately seen video of me power looping directly full throttle into concrete, like into my asphalt on the street.
Jeez.
Like, and nothing. Like, I just turtle mode and fly away.
Yeah. So like one of the things I like about your company, the designing and everything is the designing with a purpose. That's a huge thing for me. So like, it's very similar to what Andrew's doing with ground control. That's like why I gravitated that way. Because I went through a bunch of stuff. I started with a brand that we're not going to discuss. And then I went to Armatan, and Armatan, I mean, I'll be honest with you, Armatan has some amazing frames. I love Armatan frames.
Hashtag Voldemort FPV.
Nope, not getting nope. They make some amazing frames.
Nope, so but yeah,
Terrence the Snake is among us.
That's kind of what I started doing with my stuff too. Like I said, I started designing stuff that I wanted. for me, like the first design I did was the Nemesis, because I wanted a freestyle frame that put the camera really close to your FPV cam. I mean, you're very close in distance to the center of your HD cam. In my opinion, that makes it for better recording, or at least easier flight. A lot of people get past that; it's just stick time. But for me, that was important, and then building something that I couldn't break. And I still have the original spare arm that came with. That's my first one, the first production version, and I still have the spare arm that came with it. I have a thing. If you buy my frame with the prints, you get the prints and a spare arm too. Nice. So that was one of the things that was like, yeah, I could do that as a kit, and then they have a spare arm to replace right away, and then if they need one, they can order. Kind of do the same thing as I kind of do with my drone parts. But like when I stopped flying as much because where I work at, I used to go fly on my lunch breaks, but where I work at is within 5 miles of the airport, so technically I was not legally flying when I flew at the park around the corner from my office. So that started making me a little nervous.
There goes our stream from the FAA report. Thanks, Matt.
Well, no, that's why I switched that's why I designed the micro, because I stopped flying because I couldn't fly legally.
Yeah.
And especially I didn't want to fly by myself because there's people show up at a park and people can walk an amazing distance in 3 minutes, let alone if they're jogging or riding a bike.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So like from the time you put your goggles on, it may be totally clear, to when you're flipping around, next thing you know, you got a dog running across the field, you're hearing the noise from your quad. So, or even worse, even worse, a person. So, and I really wanted something I could freestyle with. And there was literally like even the Gecko and the quads that were freestyle micros, they didn't have squish deck spacing. They didn't have top mount batteries, or they were just really awkward and chunky. Like the Gecko is heavy for a 3-inch.
And the arms on the Gecko snap real easy. But I mean, you got the warranty, so there's that.
Yeah, but again, then you're out of quad while you're waiting on parts. Now, Pyro Drone taking over the warranty made that freaking awesome, though.
But hold on. I'm not bashing Armatan, because like I love the Gecko. I've had a Gecko until I switched over to stuff because of being with Andrew. I had a Gecko for a long time. But I will admit that in like a year, I broke it like 5 or 6 times because I was still learning how to fly. So I kept breaking it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it was just kind of getting frustrating. Like it's almost like someone told me having the warranty. And again, this is no knock on anybody who has that, because I don't want you to think that, because I don't think that.
Yeah.
But people were always like, if you have the warranty, it gives you the excuse to not fly better. And I was like, that's BS. But then I started thinking about it. I was realizing that I was being more reckless because I knew I could just get another one.
Yeah. And so a point in my flying when I started noticing that I was really actually improving and getting a lot better. Like there was that one point where I went from just being a normal beginner pilot to being able to do all the tricks that I had seen and just naturally do it. Like there was that turning point for me. And it was really weird to get to that point where it was like, okay, I can fly this, I can fly this, I can fly this, I can fly this. But it also transferred my brain into being like, at that point I had been building quads for so long that I had tons. Like I just had tons of spare parts and tons of micros, all different sizes, just laying around. So I just started building random Frankenrigs, and just with like random spare parts. And instead of flying like my Flyno or my Gank rigs or whatever, I would just fly whatever Basher frame I put those Basher freaking ESCs on with the torn up motors on, like I would just piece together whatever I could and just get it to fly. And I'd sit there and just power loop something in my backyard for like 40 minutes. And I'd smash the hell out of that thing. And if it broke, it broke. Like first pack, who cares if it broke? It was spare parts. Like I didn't care. And that was the point where I started noticing that I was like significantly improving my flying. Was because I just lost the ability to care. Because I was like, if I break it, I'll just build a new one. Like, and so when you get that option, and I do love it with Matt's frames. Most of the time, he'll either send a spare arm or give you the option to buy a spare arm with it. And some companies do that. Like Skylar, when I tested the Kraken frame and all that, he sent me 2 brand new spare arms when I broke the plate because he just assumed the arms were toast. I was like, nope, they're fine. Like, but it gave me the confidence because like now I've got a 10-inch that I rip like it was a 5-inch. Like I'll bomb it through trees and garbage cans and shit, and won't have a care in the world, even though it's a 10-inch that I'm pretty sure would cost far too much to fix if I crashed. You know?
Right.
So having that leeway with the guarantee is awesome, and I know Pyro did that with like their Hyperlight frame as well. I believe they did, but it opens the door to people that want to learn how to pilot, but don't want to keep buying brand new frames all the time.
Right. That's why I like it.
Exactly. And so Armentan had a good idea with that. I've just never really like locked on to any of their frames, to be honest. Like I've tried a few of them, and just the feel just wasn't for me. It was just like the Acrobrat. A lot of people fucking love the Acrobrat. I couldn't fly it to save my life.
To me, it was heavy.
It was weirdly balanced. It was heavy. When you put a GoPro on it, it was all fucking over. Like it
felt very front heavy to begin with, without anything on it, and you added more stuff on it, and it's just.
Oh, dude, freestyling was the worst. You just like bounce back.
It was a durable little frame, though.
Oh yeah.
You're not gonna break.
Like it first
took the 4 crashes that the balance issues caused pretty well.
Right.
Like it's like I've never hit that tree before until I had that Acrobrat, you know?
The first 3-inch I ever built was the Flynoceros Cerberus 3-inch.
Damn right. That's a great
Well, actually, this is the second one. I sold the first one just because this has got Hawksky 1507 motors on it, and these were a very limited run that I just happened to. I used to test motors for Hawksky. And I actually had to make some custom motors for our local flying group here, where I just had a bunch of guys pre-order some motors. And
Matt, are we showing off Cerberus?
That's your 2.5-inch, man. Put that little thing away.
I know. Why is it always got to be about size with you, bro?
Hey, that extra half-inch makes a difference.
The motion of the ocean.
Speaking of size, that's kind of our criteria, right, Andrew? Like, just we have nothing but large quads.
So, do you want me to go get my other Flyno, Terrence? I can go get that if you like large quads.
We can talk about it.
Part of the reason I start expanding is because I get someone who bought my freestyle frame that says, "Hey, do you have any micros? Do you have a 3-inch? Do you have a 3-inch?" Well, you know. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, I started needing to fly a 3-inch, so I designed both. The Nemesis Micro, right, which is. By far, this frame is my favorite frame that I have ever designed. It's so simple, but it flies so well, and the thrust to weight ratio is just insane if you freaking build it right.
This is the quad that changed my life. This is the reason why when I first saw it. This is the Sky Yacht, 5-inch Sky Yacht, and Andrew and his former partner designed it, and I flew it once at a park at a fly day, and I literally turned to his old business partner, and I was just like, "You're just gonna have to give me that," right? And about what was it, like 6 months later, Andrew? Right, 6-7 months later, his partner decided he didn't want to be an FPV anymore. Just nothing negative. He just kind of was ready to do something different, and he literally sold me the prototype. And
he bought a Subaru that changes you. opinion on it.
No, he bought a Civic. It was a Civic. It's a Civic.
No, it's a Subaru now. It was a Civic.
So Terrence,
The goal was always a Subaru.
you started this. We're gonna play this game. This is my Kraken.
Holy
This is
shit.
a 10-inch.
Yeah, that thing's huge.
So this is that one that I've got 2 spare arms with and just cruise through fucking everything.
Jesus.
So this is my buddy. I like this one. And this is our tentative 14-inch.
Damn.
Here, I'll do that. Now you
Well,
can see
it was designed for 12-inch, but up to 14-inch props.
Dude, the ones I'm using are those 13-inch tri-blades. So, and
So
then we got everything inside of it right there.
That's a one of a kind. That's Josh Ingram from Flynoceros's last design.
And these motors are one of a kind too.
Yeah, those motors are something I had Hawksky make. Those are, God,
4120.
4120. Yes.
I measured them again because I forgot to.
So those are 4120, and I think they're
tall and huge, wide.
You see, he's got the canopy. The canopy looks like a scorpion's tail. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
well. So
And it's custom cut carbon too. Like he legit did that with TPU and carbon.
yeah.
Wow.
So he's got
Wow,
the 2
so
vertical
those-
cage lines.
those-
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
then the 2 pieces on the side. Oh, that's cool.
The biggest we make is the I'm gonna put it right here, the Flat Cat 7. We back up. So this is a 7-inch dead cat, and the cool thing about this is the camera mount. So the GoPro sits like right in the center,
Right.
and the FPV camera's off to the side. And the assumption is that this throws you off, and it really doesn't, because first off, you're not supposed to be doing all sorts of crazy freestyle crap with this, unless your name is Howard Bono. So we're not going to discuss that because Howard does crazy things.
I do crazy freestyle crap with this, bro. Come on.
But like this thing is a cruiser. And like Andrew sent this for like distance, like crazy distance.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll send you my tune, and you can shave a couple minutes off that battery time and have some fun.
Hey, Nuisance.
Good.
Just so you know, I do have a 10-inch coming out. So,
Yeah, he does. He's got the necromancer with 10-inch arms.
this is the 8-inch version.
Just saying.
So this is the camera I designed for chasing quads. It's the prototype's a little heavy. I over-engineered it again, but the prototype's a little heavy. But I got it so the FPV cam and the GoPro cam can tilt together.
Nice.
And then there is like 10 degrees plus minus on the standard camera as well, so it doesn't have to be locked into exactly what your GoPro camera angle is. But that one I sent. Let's see, Flight Test has a 7-inch and I think a 10-inch version.
Hey Matt.
Yes. What?
Play
Yes.
that same vlog video, but play further past the crash where I'm flying, because the rest of the video is me flying the Kraken, and it's freestyle too.
All right.
Like with the Insta and everything on it, so
Nice.
it's decent photo. And I actually successfully power looped that damn gazebo with the Kraken too, but I couldn't do it with the damn fucking Flyno or the damn freaking Nemesis. I've literally banked this off that same beam in that freaking gazebo. So yeah, here we go. This is the Kraken. This is that 10-inch that I fly.
Yeah, Jesus.
Dude, it's so fun. It handles like better than my 5-inch like super close proxy too. Like, look at this. I'm in a park with trees fucking everywhere. But it literally does handle just phenomenally well for what it is. And it has since the beginning. I had much more efficient motors on it at the very beginning, so I was getting like almost 10 minutes. but now I'm getting about 6 or 7 minutes on a 6S. Here we go. Watch. So you can totally freestyle a 10-inch there, Terrence, but no problem.
You almost did
I
that.
did. I almost skipped it too. I panicked and I dropped the throttle because I was like, I'm not making this. I'm not crashing this into that. I'm not sacrificing another rig to the
That would have been three that would have been three that day, right? Because didn't you
it
hit
would
with
have
the
been
Nemesis?
three that damn day, man. I hit the Skull and the Nemesis into that same gazebo with Twan. So, like, I can get close in proxy with this thing super easy, and it goes when you hit the throttle. Like, it's gone when you hit the throttle.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing I noticed too with like with the bigger quads. So like I'm a car guy, hence the whole petrol FPV thing, right? So like the first time I flew a 5-inch, awesome, it's like flying a Ferrari or whatever, But then
like,
you fly
I
a
into the playground with this thing, man. Like, check this out. Like, it's not torque versus horsepower, which I think people confuse that with.
Right. It's more like stability, right? Like
sort of. I would say it's more like tuning, like setting the gears for drag or for race or whatever, because it's more about thrust to weight.
Right.
So if you're tuning a vehicle like a car for drag racing, you're gonna want that super fast low or that super torquey low end, like super low end, and then you're gonna want it to go clean the rest of the way through the gears.
Right.
Like, you're not gonna want that jitter. You're not gonna want that almost stall out. You need it to be tuned to the microsecond,
Right.
And so that's a lot of people are like, oh, torquey motors, that means you're going to be slow. It's like, no, it doesn't. Are you kidding me? Like,
no, that means you're going to be able to move the weight that you have fairly quickly.
You're going to be able to swing that heavier and bigger prop, which is going to have more drag and more. That's what pisses me off. When
most people don't think in terms of torque or horsepower or anything. I mean, they're thinking in terms of thrust, right? And the thrust numbers are bench conditions, so it really depends. When it starts mattering a lot what you pair it with,
right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Thrust to weight becomes the more important factor, in my opinion.
Very much, and it's all about tuning, because you saw me with a completely different setup on that same Kraken. I had the 5010 Efficiency Master motors on it, which were like, I think 750 kV or something like that. Like, they were like super wide but super tiny motor, like super short motors, and they were very similar to the very flatline ones that Bob Ruge does, but a bigger version. And so I was running those, and everybody was like, dude, you're fucking crazy. Those are going to need such low PIDs, it's not even going to work. It needed low PIDs, yeah, but it worked like a charm, dude. It had so much power. And I much prefer the 2816s from Brother Hobby, because one, they're a little bit more powerful and have a bit of a faster spin to them, so you can get up to a higher speed. But the Efficiency Masters, as I said, I was getting like 9 minutes and 40 seconds of general, like, freestyle cinematic sort of flying on a 6S 1600. Like, unheard of. I was like, how am I getting almost 10 minutes off of this? Like, so it's one of those things where you can sacrifice that performance for that extra battery life or long range or whatever you may need it, and still get the same results in terms of freestyle maneuverability in midair. Like you don't need that super high ramp up speed if you're not like stopping yourself from a freaking power loop or spiral dive,
Right.
So why why push the motors and ESCs? And with the efficiency masters, I will say there were a few times that I went up for like an inverted yaw spin, and the FC just said no. Like it just was like, and we're going and spiral of death, and it was just like, yep, no. And that's actually how I broke the base plate in the first place. I was showing off for a few guys like Erod Yo and Just Me Hop and all those dudes down in Florida when I was living out there. And I brought that thing out and I was ripping it up, and I went up for an inverted yaw spin about 100 feet above the ground, and the FC just said nope.
Yeah, when you get over a certain size, it's like you shouldn't be doing that with that thing. You know, like so. Like,
well, I can with the other motors now. That's
true.
Thing.
That's true.
So I think it was just PID related and tuning related. The motors could not ramp up fast enough to pull it off.
Right, that's so my first one of these, because this is my second one. My first one, I broke the plates, the mid plate, because we're at Mormon Rock, right?
I know where that's at.
Andrew?
Yeah. He knows where that is for sure.
I break shit every time I go out.
I have a video from there.
Yeah, he went with William Perry.
We were at Mormon Rock, and I freestyle guy, whatever. So it's first time getting into one of these, and I went up for an inverted yaw spin, and it basically pancaked itself because I didn't realize the difference in like you said, you're learning about the thrust variables and all this stuff. Yeah. And I just basically pancaked it into the ground.
It's the damn inverted yaw spins. When will we fucking learn, Terrence?
Never.
I just don't do them.
Well, like so with the 5-inch, I can do that all day long without a problem because
exactly. Dude, micros, I just sit there doing that over my bush, like doing power loop yaw spins all day long. Like, what? Oh, this looks like an Aaron one.
This is Mormon Rock.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron edited this, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
So there's the
the
interesting thing about this spot. If anybody's in California and they go to this spot, don't land in the dirt because there's a lot of metal in the dirt.
Yeah, I was landing on the parking lot.
Yeah, so we went all the way off the road and into the field area and whatever, and we were doing what I was calling it bush catches. We were like literally landing in the bushes right in front of ourselves because it was just like not the ground, anywhere but the ground.
Right.
See, I landed. I had a pad that I was landing on, or I was just landing on the parking lot next to us. But yeah, I was definitely trying not to crash. There's a couple spots when I was zooming across the brush in front of us that I hit some brush and was pretty happy that my quad just kind of went right through it.
Nice.
And there was also that one point where you got super duper lucky when you started losing video when you tucked behind the cliff over there.
Oh yeah, I was surfing the top edge of this cliff and I was kind of bouncing back and forth. Along the top, and I accidentally went a little bit over, and I started losing video and freaked me out a little bit. Like it was one of these rides here.
Yep. I know that.
And you can see him on the left. That throttle, yeah. You can see him just punch it and go, Like, I think it was right after this. You tucked around the back.
Yeah, I think he may have edited that out. But
yeah.
Real quick, shout out to Danish Stallion. Thank you for putting up all of our links. That was actually really appreciated.
Dude, yeah, Danish is an integral part for our team, man. Like, he's kind of become our right-hand man on the stream because he's always coming in to help and always popping in the chat.
He even pulled up my TikTok. I was like, oh, shit.
And another big shout-out we need to do tonight is...
we got two. Let's do them after this video here.
All right. I'm in.
So... well, the first one, we can do during the video, I guess. So, I was on a live stream with Matt Flack. We were talking about Casey Multirotor. Matt Flack, Casey Multirotors. We were talking about the MultiGP freestyle setup because I'm co-sponsoring the freestyle area at MultiGP. So, yes, Scooter, to answer your question, I will be at MultiGP. I'll be there from Tuesday till Tuesday. And then we're Tuesday evening. We're driving back down to Texas. But yes, I will be there. But we were talking about that, and so Danish Stallion is now a Team Gank Multi-Rotors pilot.
Yeah.
Proud to have him on the team. My first freestyle team pilot. Hopefully there'll be a couple more here soon. Jeff Poole is also definitely Team Gank. He's always been Team Gank. He I can't leave him out of it either. So Jeff Poole is also on Team Gank. And there'll be some more freestyle pilots and stuff like that. I'm gonna see how Jesse Gallego likes some of my quads, and then he might, start flying them too. But yeah, this was a super fun spot. But yeah, man, congrats to Danish Stallion for making Team Gank. And then Dan, I think you want to welcome our new optimized drone pilot, yeah?
Yes, I do.
And I do have his YouTube pulled up.
Yeah, if Colin's in the chat, pop on and click the link, bro. Pop in. We'll
I did. Hold on, I gotta send it to I sent it to. Let me see. I gotta send it.
You have them on your ready to go. Oh, okay. So guys, we have a new team pilot. He is a new team freestyle pilot, and he is constantly flying with our team pilot Danish Stallion. And his name is Captain Colin. Welcome to Team Optimized Drone, Colin.
Congratulations.
He is a wicked pilot.
I just dropped his YouTube in the stream chat. Go check him out.
Can we see some of these guys? Do they have YouTube videos?
Yes, they do. In the chat,
I'm getting one up now. So here's one for him at the Comfy Bando.
Ah, sweet.
Make your screen big on Restream.
I'm gonna.
All right, fine. Yeah, this is Colin. This is one.
Hey, Colin, click the link in our stream chat, and we'll bring you on for a minute.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a sweet bando.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's the one that Bubby and all the Rotor Riot guys tend to fly. They live in Florida nearby this, so.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say we don't have anything like this because the whole
every time
take over in the
well, every time there's a bando, it gets torn down really fast, or we got to travel stupid far to go find one, like the one in Mojave.
Right.
Yeah, it's Austin doesn't have a lot either because it's expanding so quickly.
Guys, big news. There is a meetup. If you're in the Florida area, there is a meetup. With it, Sunday, 11 p.m. last year, we're about 70 people. So there's usually going to be a meetup at this Comfy Bando, and I think there's one next week or something like that.
Yeah, isn't it the barbecue at the Bando or something?
Yeah, barbecue at the Comfy Bando. And I think it's next week. Am I wrong, guys? Or is it this weekend, Memorial Day?
Is there a reason why it's called the Comfy Bando?
I think it was Comfy Furniture or something like that.
It was a furniture warehouse, I think.
It's funny. Okay. It's funny how, if it was anybody else doing a barbecue at an abandoned building, the cops would be like, "What the hell is going on?" But no, FPV guys, let's just meet up. They're all right.
All right.
And the thing is, most of us are usually sitting there smoking a joint anyways, going, whatever. We're not hurting anybody.
Comfort furniture.
Yeah, that's why they call it the Comfy Bando right there.
Yeah, it's got a couple of holes in the ceiling that a couple people like to. It's really dangerous to pop into them because you got the ground right there. But
water on the ground or whatever.
Yeah,
Bubby had a video called the Impossible Dive or something like that. He dove one of the tiny little holes in the ceiling. There's the captain.
Cool,
so that was his Comfy Bando.
Oh, nice. Sweet.
Here's his Rampage compilation.
Yeah, Fluffy FPV says it's next weekend, June 5th, everybody.
There he is, Captain Colin. What's going on, bud?
What's up, Colin? Welcome to the team, bro.
Congrats, man.
Can we hear Colin? Is Colin there?
I don't know. I'm not seeing a mic bounce.
Colin, check the settings bar on the restream chat.
Yeah,
There we go.
Howard,
Can
we
we hear you now?
Here we go.
We can only hear your beard, Colin.
I got to give it to Rotor Ride. They packed
Dan,
so much into this weekend.
Yeah, Dan, you gotta go, man. Come on.
Hello.
You gotta go to the Comfy Bando and bring the little wasp. Bring the little waspy wasp.
All right. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes,
There we go.
can.
Hell yeah.
With his full-on studio mic setup. Welcome.
They had to try 3 different mics.
Right?
Nope.
But yeah, so Colin, welcome to the team, bro.
Thank you, brother. I really appreciate it. Yeah, now I'm all caught up. That's why I was trying to get a link earlier. I was like, I don't want to come on like and be all not ready to go.
Yeah, we're usually pretty good, but it's weird with Restream because sometimes we'll literally log in after not even touching our setup all week, and we'll log in and our mic won't work or our camera won't work. And it's like,
oh no, that's always inevitable. It always happens when you go live.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thanks for playing some videos, man. I am so proud and happy to be a part of everything. And I mean, Tim is the man, and he has helped me from when I started. You know, always give me a thumbs up, tell me what to do. Every time we fly, he's always giving me pointers. So he's been a huge inspiration to me, and I'm so proud to be part of the team with him and help you guys out too at the same time.
Yeah,
been watching you guys forever and love it.
And that's one of the things. Like we're always hanging out, chatting with Tim. We're always seeing your videos. You're always a big part of our community. You've always been in all the forums, commenting on everybody's posts, whether it's
because I love the community, man. I mean, everybody's been so awesome, and it's been an inspiration to me. I don't consider myself the best pilot in the world, but at the same time, I love watching pilots. I love learning about it, and it's brought me out of my own shell. So.
And that's the thing. Like unlike most teams, our requirement is not that you be the most stellar pilot in the world.
Yeah.
Like we don't care about that. We're more active for the community. We want to get new pilots flying. We want
definitely.
We want to teach people how to fix an ESC that they blew up or something. You know, like
100%.
We want to do that sort of stuff to get people back in the damn air. We don't give a crap about the drama side or any of that. And when it does start, we usually just turn the other cheek and go, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's more about teaching people that, hey, it's going to happen at some point. I don't care what you do. You're going to break something. You're going to be grounded. And we all have been through it. And just, it's always awesome to see somebody else like put that smile back in their face, like I can fly again. and
that's the thing. Like I've got a lot of the people, especially a few of the members of the community that watch the stream regularly. Like for instance, Frank, I'll make Frank an example here, Matt, because Geppetto's Lab on our stream and in our community, he's pretty much in my mind an honorary team member of our team because he's been pretty much with us from the get-go, and he wasn't even an RC guy. Like he did fixed wings way back, and he's a robotics guy. He's a 3D printing guy. I met him I'm printing a life-size humanoid robot called InMove. It's a project that some French designer made a few years back. And it's a fully 3D printed life-size humanoid robot run on Arduinos and a bunch of giant servos. Like, it's crazy. And I met Frank through that community because he's already built a couple. And so I started talking to him, and he was like, dude, you you build drones. I used to have a tiny whoop, and I was like, "Do you still have the goggles and all that?" He's like, "Yeah, somewhere." And so I was like,
There's
"Dude, how
Danish.
about like I send you some parts, or how about I fix something, or whatever." And I ended up building him just a full 5-inch and sending it to him one day.
Now hold on, I want you guys to see this because I didn't notice
yeah.
this. I didn't notice this the first time I watched the video.
Is Trippy spin right there first?
There's separate wires on two.
With the wires.
No,
Yes.
no. You guys, I was focusing on the wires at first. You guys didn't even notice. He is trippy spinning, ascending up this thing all the way to the top.
I was there when he was doing it.
That was the first ascending trippy spin I've ever seen in my life. That was fucking badass.
He killed it with your 7-inch, Matt. He killed that thing. He was flying your 7-inch that day too.
Wow,
dude, that the part at the end where he got the epic stuck.
Right? Later, Dan.
The wall ride to pipe stall.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's the thing. Like, guys,
Danish, you got to jump on and tell that story.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
On
for real, jump on.
On our team, we've got some damn good pilots. Like we're watching one, but we also have some, much like myself, highly mediocre pilots, and I can do the tricks, I can fly, I can do cinematic, I can do all that shit, but I'm not the best at it. You know, I'm not the fucking Nurk of Cinewhoops. I'm not the fucking Mr. Steele of trippy spins or shit. You know, like I'm not that guy, and I never have been, and our community isn't.
Hey, I'll tell you what, I have totally mastered the split S.
I have
100%
totally
dialed in.
mastered.
And a power loop.
I like to call it the Lulu skip to my Lou, because I ricochet my quad off of whatever's nearby and hope it lands.
And then recover?
Yeah. Yes. Never disarm until you hear screaming, boys.
Oh, look, there's Danish.
There it is. I might have some.
Yeah,
I might have some barbecue sauce in my beard still. So.
You guys check this out. This was hilarious. So I don't know how long did it take you guys to get that unstuck, Danish?
It took about 40 minutes.
damn.
It was like nobody flying. I held up the whole line.
I'll be right back.
Yep. Danish ruined a good 10% of somebody's fly day.
Yeah, and the quad got trashed. So
wow.
Yeah, we had a 140-pound guy hanging from a full extended 3-piece pool cleaning pole. Like he was hanging from it, and then we went on the roof and had to bang it out from there, and there was smoke and everything. So yeah, it was.
That's always a good time.
Yeah, it was 3. I think only one motor survived, and ESC blew out. But the rest survived. So
but did you die?
Good. Yeah.
Well, isn't the statement at that point is, but did you die?
No,
Exactly.
yeah. I was actually aiming for the pipe behind that, but I had like tunnel vision, and I was just kind of like, oops. I didn't even see the other pipe there. I didn't even look at it. It's just like,
all I know is watching your video, I was like, man, I didn't even see that. Like this part right here. I was like, wait, where did you go?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I see something. Crazy. I'm gonna go make this happen.
Yeah.
Oh,
there it is.
See, I was looking at the other pipe, and I was just like, I can barely make it through there. No.
Oh, you looking at the one behind it?
Yes, yes. And I was like, I think I can get past it, but I'm gonna go sideways so I don't break my camera, just in case I hit it. And I hit it all right.
Oh, you hit it. Can I request Danish Stallion's best edit of the whole year so far?
that was a dope one. Well, I want to watch the
crash.
No, I want to watch okay, so again, never seen anybody do a trippy spin inside of a freaking bando before either.
Yeah, I mean, I did tap the ground a little bit there.
That's
but...
okay. That right there, that dive right there made me pucker.
Yeah, only Edwin have actually done that dive.
Yep.
through the rectangle. Well, clean anyway.
So you kissed every part of this whole bando.
So the only thing I haven't seen you do yet, and this is going to be a challenge, I guess, Danish,
What
is so there was a spot I saw out here. I think it was right before this. So these spots right here, I would like to see you wall ride in through one window and out of the other window on that bump out.
All right, I think I might be able to, but
and then roll and go into the window.
I don't know if my GoPro can get through there. I'll have to look at it next time. But challenge accepted if it'll fit through. at least it'll be easier to retrieve if I get stuck.
Right.
Oh, it's Brian Newsom's birthday. Look at that.
Oh, happy birthday.
Brian,
birthday,
all right.
Brian.
Happy birthday, man.
Yeah, this was the finale Friday against Billy Hackett, and
Danish won.
I was
exactly.
so nervous, man. But Billy Hackett too he was like telling me I'm shaking so much I can't even type. But yeah, me too. We're both like nervous wrecks because we had no idea what people were gonna vote. I was so scared that his popularity was gonna take the win.
Stop it! Both of you did an awesome job.
Yeah, and he really he normally flies very aggressively, and I just saw that was Billy Hackett trying to fly super smooth, and he just nailed it. It was he really pushed himself hard to make that video. So I'm
and
really
that single in that warehouse location was, it was a nice location too.
Yep.
Yeah, Danish is lucky to have all these freaking cool bandos to go fly around in. Oh, like I said, this one here, I would be nervous as hell just because there's no stairs to get up anywhere.
Yeah,
right
you can. No, in the other two buildings you can get up from the bottom. This one you have to climb up, but that building that's furthest out is the cleanest one, so that's the one I prefer to fly in.
And don't.
And they're going to be doing the Pinata Challenge again this year. All right, so barbecue at the Bando, Pinata Challenge again this year. You guys got to go out there.
Yep.
Where are you guys posting up the info for that, Danish?
It's all over the groups. I'm going to come out with some details on the Pinata Challenge here probably tomorrow.
Nice. Okay.
If I can give a shout out to Fluffy that's in the stream right now, he's the one that ripped the door off there to put the pinata up there. He tore the door off like a beast.
So it was so as you can see in the beginning, I told him there's two ways you can do it. If you're a beginner, you can do a split S through the top, or if you have flown for a while, I want you to go power loop through the trusses, and then you can hit it. As you can see, Baldman does right here. So you had those choices to hit it because I didn't want it to be too easy, but I tested it myself first to make sure, and I did it the first try on both of them. Obviously, I wasn't hitting a pinata, and apparently that there was some edibles there, and people just couldn't fly.
In the pinata.
I mean, people just it was pretty wild. I mean, we had a power loop challenge as well.
That hit is beautiful.
Decapitated.
we had a power loop challenge, and let me tell you, Erod was struggling because he had too much edible. It was freaking wild, man.
What was the final number? It was like 23, 24 or something.
People?
No, the power loops.
I
just remember everybody counting, screaming it out as they went. It was awesome.
I think it was 22.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, guys. So hashtag RacerX for the end of the giveaway.
Hashtag
must be continental US, guys.
So I sent you a link to some of our pilots because we have a group of team pilots on ground control. We did a short video. Let me know if that works because I know it was kind of like a private link because of the what it was, but it's going back on the same thing you're talking about, like having pilots that are like amazing and also regular pilots.
Yeah.
There definitely needs to be a balance. I mean, of course, this is kind of showcasing a lot of the better ones that are just. I'm the worst pilot on the team. I'll be honest with you.
I'm the worst pilot on my team too. So
pilot on the team.
You're the second worst.
All right, so it sounds like we need to have a showdown, you guys.
Oh man, am I hearing challenges here?
Hey, well, they're both saying they're the worst pilot on the team, so we have to have a showdown, right?
Okay, man. All
Who
right.
can break more
This
stuff?
sounds like there needs to be a call out here.
I'll tell you what, I went to a whoop race last
Who is
night.
the worst?
I didn't finish a single lap, so.
Meanwhile, Brian 2000 makes us all look stupid.
Hey, Terrence, that link you sent me just takes me to my Google Drive.
Oh, really? Okay, so hold on. I think I have to send me
Download the
a
video
message
first. Yeah.
Send me an email with your send me a message in the Facebook with the email address. I'll add you to it. I think that's what I have to do.
Oh, that's right.
So
Yeah,
Shoji and Petrol, you both are in California then?
Yeah, I'm down in Long Beach, and Terrence is up in the valley. But yeah, that's LA for anyone who's not from California.
Yeah, I watched plenty of movies.
Where were you guys? Where were you guys when I was looking for people to fly with in Cali last June?
Right.
Well, so here's the problem, right? So here's the problem. Right? If you were to stand in the middle of the county of Los Angeles, it takes you almost 4 hours to get to any of the ends of Los Angeles County.
Yeah, but that's just because traffic. It's only
traffic
2
is
miles
horrible. Yeah. Like
now me as a radar detector owner, the thing that pisses me off the most is those little radar detectors they got on the side of the road that flash your speed all like every freaking 5 miles. You got.
Oh, it's never right. It's never
no, it's never right, but it sets off my freaking alerts, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, it's always that thing.
Rob has a question. Are we going to IO?
Yeah. Oh no, I did mention it, and I did say props off. I will see you there. I guess you were may have stepped away from the stream for a minute. Yes, I am going. I will be there. I am sponsoring the co-sponsoring. Sorry, the freestyle tent. So I'll be having something to do with the challenges that we have out there. I'll be giving away some gank frames as prizes. I'm also going to set up a video challenge for post IO to win a frame on the optimized drone stream that comes up after IO by posting some videos from local flying at IO.
Nice.
Not necessarily at the event, but outside in town. I want to see some people that go out exploring the area and get some video from around town as well. But yes, I will be there. Saturday night I'll be doing barbecue. Friday night I'm doing I'm cooking for the volunteers, the people that are volunteering for the event. And then I think I'm going to make actually a batch of a big ass freaking 5-gallon pot of my green chicken chili while I'm out there. And then I'm going to make, I'm doing 2 briskets and probably 2 or 3 pork shoulders for pulled pork. So,
Nice.
yeah, I got a lot going on with that. Plus, I'm helping Jesse out with the Tiny Whoop tent setup stuff. So, yeah, I got tons of stuff going on. What's up, Double A? How you doing, bud? I'm gonna see you at IO this year, right? He lives close, and I know he likes to volunteer. So him and his old lady came out last year. It was great.
Almost forgot that also the Pinata will also be sponsored by Gank. It's going to have a Nemesis frame inside.
Nice.
So get a chance at winning at one of his frames.
Yeah.
So
he's only doing that because the 3.5 is coming out.
Right? Yeah, and I already have the 3 right here. So.
Exactly. So guys, we're gonna do the giveaway in a little bit, and we got Pokey's raffle thing, the raffle app. I've got it all set up. So, Double A, if you want to get in the raffle for the drawing for the Racer X Mutant, then hashtag Racer X. I'll give it 4 more minutes. I got to call this at around 11 my time, so whatever time that is your time. I don't want to do math right now.
What time is it there now?
It's 10:43 here.
Okay.
It's almost there. We're almost
20 minutes or less.
Yeah,
than
if you guys are going to MultiGPIO, check out the main RV lot. I will be at spot number 27. You should see Gank. You should see probably the orange Gank multi-rotor flag that I've got behind me there. I'll have my canopy set up with my workbench outside. I usually like hanging out outside because I'm a smoker and I don't, this is my garage is the only inside I smoke in.
Yeah. Technique, I got you on the list already. If you guys have hashtagged it already, you don't need to.
Nice.
I'm just looking for extras. We've got, let's see. We got 7 people on the list right now. And I know Joshua Ryan wanted to join the giveaway, so I'll put him on too.
Well, we got 21 people watching. So again, hashtag RacerX if you guys want to win the RacerX mutant frame custom painted by Matty Blunts.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Send some good mojo to Matty Blunts. He's down sick with the COVID right now.
Ooh.
Yep.
Well, he tested positive. I didn't mention it. I didn't see him mention he had any. He was sick, but he tested positive for sure.
Yeah.
Almost everybody that I've seen that's tested positive lately are saying they have very light symptoms, and that to me that's awesome.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Tuda, I got your entry. Fluffy, I got your entry. Ricky, I got you.
Tuda.
Let's see.
Tuda,
Yeah,
Mr.
hopefully Maddie's got a light case.
Thank you, Facebook user. Who's the Facebook
That is Racer.
I know it's a little bit of a bummer when Facebook doesn't pop up with who comments.
It's so annoying, dude, because then I gotta sift through the Facebook chat and find which. There we go.
Oh, that was William Perry.
It was William, the owner of Racer X.
Oh, yeah. William.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. All right, well, Facebook user, you have been identified.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, usually I've got a Facebook tab open with the stream. It just depends on where they type the comment because I post it on my page and then I post it on the Optimized Drone page and then Dan shares it a couple places. I share it too.
Exactly.
I shared it a couple places.
I think we should add William Perry into the giveaway just so that he might be able to win it.
Yeah.
So
he can win his own frame.
If you guys have never been to MultiGPIO, last year they had 6 flying areas. This year they have 8. They've got a micro track. They've got a macro quad track for like the big X-Class racers. They've got a rookie track. They've got the World Champs track. They got the Tiny Whoop track. The Tiny Whoop event, Jesse runs that freaking awesome, man. Like, as soon as it's dark, Tiny Whoop tent opens and it doesn't shut down until 4 a.m. He has free beer and usually some free alcohol, other alcohol there. It's just a big Tiny Whoop party. People flying around, people racing. Of course, you got to try to avoid the people, which makes it.
But it's fun. It's fun when they don't try and avoid you.
Right. Well, yeah. We actually had a couple of times during the race broadcast last year that somebody walked right through the path of the thing, and it's like, sorry, you have to avoid the people that are flying. I mean, if someone walks in your path, you got to be able to get around them, and that's
man. Just hit him right in the crotch. They won't do it again.
Well, I don't know. Those Tiny Whoops are pretty light.
Face is more effective.
But I think someone got their hair flown into last year.
Oh,
that was me. That was me. No, I was flying around in Cole, Lucky FPV out of Houston. I was coming in, I was freaking racing around somebody, and he just happened to like step backwards and turn his freaking hair right into my damn props. So that was not great. Yeah, Jeff, that was lucky.
Right, you got to be aerodynamic, man.
Yeah, I remember that.
What's up, Donnie? What's up, Vitrafly? Another team
Vitrafly.
pilot in here, Vitrafly. That dude is ridiculous, by the way. Andrew, if you have not seen Robert Romero fly, holy balls.
Yeah, dude, Robert's got some freaking wicked.
Dude, put up one of Robert's videos. Put up, here, one that I'm in. Float With Me. I think Float With Me was one, and...
Are you going to scare everybody with the clown?
Yes. Yes, he is. Let me see.
Yeah, he makes some really sick prints and stuff like that. Check out his channel.
I'm
liking the vlogs too.
Yes, his vlogs are amazing.
Tim, we have a
I
question.
just posted a link to his channel.
Oh, sorry. What? Oh, on the Facebook thing? Hang on, let me get it up. I'm not.
Tim Larson, how long
I keep
did it
forgetting
take
about
you to learn the semi-inverted trippy spin?
Hang on. How long did it take you to learn that semi-inverted? Oh, was that the one I did in the bando? The last video?
No, I think he means the ascending trippy spin up the pipe.
Vitrifly, you just got.
I know. It just happens.
He learned that on the fly. That was his
first. That was literally. I'm not kidding. I was like, I'm just gonna take it slow, and that was my first fucking pack.
Let me see if I can do this. Hold on, watch out, guys.
And my heart just came out of my chest every time I saw the damn wire.
So Danish was just sitting there, and he goes, "You know what? Challenge accepted. Here, boys, hold my beer."
Nice.
Here's a little Vitrifly vlog. Pardon me, Vitrifly, if I skip through a lot of the talking part here. He
just wants to see me try and get shit out of a tree. That's towards the end, by the way, and I do use a big long tent stick. But yeah, this is our team pilot Vitrifly. Dude, by the way, Robert, that was a fantastic day. I got so much poison ivy in that tree.
Whoops.
Yeah, I found I'm not allergic to poison ivy, but I can sure as hell pass poison ivy on to people without noticing.
He's like playing a new one that's such an old flight. Dude, it was last year. Eat a dick. Like, it was legitimately like what? This had to have been November, maybe December or January, even like
7 months ago.
2 months ago.
Yeah, it says 7 months ago, so that would have been
Halloween. Yeah, around.
Well, it had to be right before fall because the leaves haven't changed color yet.
Vitrifly also won Team Drone Adventures first annual freestyle competition.
Yeah, he did. That was badass.
Nice.
So we got all these winners on this team.
We do, man.
Look, that's about the most thing I'm ever gonna boast my own ego.
Now I just need the sweet dog B-Rad, and we'll be all set.
We definitely have a bunch of wieners on the team.
Yeah, there will be wieners on Sunday.
Yo, play one of Vitrifly's new ones, and then I'll do the raffle.
Yeah, I don't know. B-Rad, he because of his job, he doesn't like to be part of a bunch of things.
I know that. Yeah. That's why he's pissing me off.
There we go.
I've got 3 of those. I've got B-Rad, I've got Twans, and I've got Carlton Bennett. 2 of which I'm pretty sure are watching right now.
I am very fortunate that I met B-Rad after 10 months of not knowing anybody. And
skipped 1 minute 53.
He's been pushing me a lot.
He says, skip to 1 minute and 53. He's trying to do like the American Beauty cinematic sort of stuff at the beginning for his vlog, apparently.
B-Rad is definitely the man. He is
so this is Vitrifly here.
Yeah, this I don't know. I feel kind of weird having myself on here. Like some of my students have seen the live stream and they found my company and found the video channels and all that. You know, because I don't link my stuff. I mean, I've got a picture of a naked sky on my desktop,
Right.
but I don't have my company logo on it or anything. I was pretty bummed because my students bought me some vodka. Apparently for Irish students, it's a tradition to buy your teacher a gift.
Yeah.
Right. So they bought me a bottle of vodka. Man, I went and I left it in my car, and it got so freaking hot it popped the top off the bottle of vodka.
Oh my god!
Fucking car.
Sanitized.
Oh, dude, it's I've been driving with the windows down lately, and
Sir, have you been drinking? I swear
I
I have not.
Well, I don't. I mean, I don't normally drink a lot anyway. I have a couple of drinks to catch like a little buzz, and I kind of maintain that the whole night. But yeah, that was one of the things that I worry about was, driving home and getting pulled over for something stupid and then having them smell that vodka in the car. And I can't walk a straight line because I've got a shattered ankle. So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Fortunately, I'm pretty good with my drunk ABCs.
Matt, when this one's over, I've shared the raffle.
Yep.
So we'll do that.
Yeah, William Perry also said that Robert won Builder's giveaway in December.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, Robertson's his spatial awareness is incredible.
It's
I'm enjoying
amazing.
this.
It's not just his ability to fly; it's knowing where the trees and things are
Right.
around him, so
Yeah.
that he doesn't accidentally flip backwards into them. And that was one of the things that I like about Gung Wu too, is his spatial awareness is ridiculous.
And that's the thing, guys. You guys don't realize Robert's somewhat local to me. He's like almost an hour drive away. And so he and I get together and fly a lot. And I've been in the goggles when he's flying, and it's just what the hell is happening right now? In my mind, I liken it to when I have a fail safe or a disarm, and I just start getting the random flippy floppy in midair, and then I pull out of it suddenly. I'm just that's how Robert flies normally. How does your mind keep up? I can't keep, my mind doesn't work that fast. I can't figure it out. Every time I'm flying with him, I'm like, dude, this is baffling right now. All right, guys. So I'm gonna do the spin. I've already given you guys
Entering the
more
Matrix.
than enough time to hashtag.
I will say, I am amazed at how many good pilots smoke weed and are able to navigate through all this shit.
Right?
It really does amaze me because, if I just couldn't do that with that, that much of a buzz. I start screwing up or doing stupid stuff or overcompensating.
How do you say that guy, Mr. Rick? What?
Mr. Rick James.
Mr. Rick James.
That's exactly that. What he's saying right there is what I do. Yeah, you think a couple of moves ahead. Otherwise, it's it doesn't work.
Yeah. All right, guys.
It's hard to find lines, man. It's really hard. It sounds so easy, but once you're put on the spot,
we don't need no stinking lines.
Right? Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah, I keep forgetting I got tomorrow off, but I'm happy about it.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys, you ready?
Drum roll.
think you might need a little pit tune there.
Right? Joshua Ryan, Erie FPV.
There you go.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Joshua.
Congrats, Joshua Ryan, bro. I'll send you the frame, man. I just sent him something the other day.
Congratulations.
So, awesome.
Find some better lighting.
You now have a Racer X, bro.
Hey, Ricky, this is a family-friendly show.
Yeah.
Okay? Remember that.
There's different colored lines.
Different color lines.
But yeah, so ground control, you guys got anything new coming out or what?
Can I show them, Andrew, or no?
Yeah,
Nobody watches the show anyway. We got 20 viewers.
Yeah.
It's not like we got thousands of people.
So we're good. Yeah.
Everybody
So
has to sign the NDA.
So everybody knows that Andrew designed like.
Hang on, let me start at OBS so I can record.
Everybody knows Andrew designed the Catalina, the 3-inch Cinewhoop that we have. I mean, these things are not like what's the word I'm looking for? Anything different from most of them out there nowadays. But I do love the way this one flies because like I could freestyle this and still fly like a Cinewhoop. Like it's not the current video because I'm trying to do the Squibs walk thing, which is a whole another conversation. But the video before that on my Instagram, I was flying this thing at like 60, 70 miles an hour past my head at like 4 feet or whatever, past my head over there or whatever. And then I turned around and was just flying it nice and calm. Like I have a hard time doing that with most Cinewhoops. I think in order for me to get my my Tycon to do that, I had to take the ducts off and put bumpers and basically turn it into a regular quad.
Oh yeah.
And this just does it, which is pretty awesome. So Andrew decided to design a 6-inch version of that, which is this.
Oh shit!
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
And we liked it so much. We were supposed to put ducts on this thing, and we decided that we liked it so much because of the way it flies like this. We said, "Fuck the ducts."
Hashtag fuck the ducks.
I mean, I'm still trying to. I kind of still want at least. I mean, they're probably not gonna be ducks, but I think they're and probably be guards.
Yeah, it's gonna be guards, if anything.
You said it's
Yeah.
Guards.
the video.
Huge guards.
Yeah, I thought that's my thing. Is like it's not really about the freaking.
All right,
How about
I'm gonna
There
get
it is.
the 10-minute.
Yeah, that was
here.
it. Like that thing is moving,
Oh, it is.
and it gets faster. When I came around into the parking lot,
Damn, I almost took your face out.
I was 4 feet from my head. It's just the way I turned it. It was a lot closer.
Hey, Matt. Vitrafly says, I don't mean to make this stream about my channel, but it would mean a ton if you could play TDA 2022 freestyle comp. Skip to 2342.
Yep. Give me a sec.
Yep. Yeah. The Catalina is awesome. The 3-inch is awesome. So he went ahead and designed a 6-inch version, and like this thing's been pretty good. This is not the final version of it though. It's like a couple more things that we're going to change. One of the things we're doing is the air unit is actually going to sit in the middle.
Oh, nice.
Because we were designing it for a pilot. One pilot actually asked us to design a bigger version of the Catalina because he loved the Catalina, but he wanted to fly longer and chase cars. And I think what it was, we were at the church bando, was it? I think when
What's that? Yeah.
When the winds were like 40, 50 miles an hour. Like we just couldn't do anything about it. And everybody was crashing or whatever. And then Andrew flies the Catalina in front of this dude. And he's like, that's a 3-inch. And why is nothing affecting it? Like, why is nothing affecting the way this thing flies? And dude was just like, I need a bigger version. So here we are with this thing. But he was like, but I also want the antennas to be protected. And I want this and that. So he added a bunch of extra things he wanted to happen. So we made some adjustments.
There he is. Josh Ryan. Congrats, bro.
Yeah, see, like this is not a 5-inch. Like he's freestyling the Catalina. And most Cinewhoops don't like that. It's like you try to do that and it flips out.
The low profile ducts help a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They help a lot.
I mean, they really do.
And the main thing that I think really like adds to it is that we're using 16x16 motors.
Yeah.
So you got like a full 20. I think I have 2208s on mine, and we're also running them at 2500 kV for 6S. And I like that's just like standard Cinewhoop thinking these days, right? It's like higher kV with a smaller prop. But I think the benefit that like the larger stator volume really gives you is that heat dissipation. So you're not really like having these on fire motors the whole time, and when you land, you're touching the bolts, and you're like
Yeah. I mean, like I flew to
whatever you want to do with it.
So like I flew to Tycon with 1507. I'm not going to say the brand because when I don't like something, I never say the brand name. So I got the 1507 on the Tycon 30. I think it was like 3600 kV 6S motor, something like that. And 2 minutes into flying, and they were like on fire to touch, and I was just getting irritated with the way that they behaved. So no more tiny motors, on a large quad, even if it's 6S, it doesn't make sense. And so he went with this, and I was just like, he was like trying to convince me, trust me, you need to just fly it with 4S motors, 6S battery. You'll thank me later. And he's right.
Excuse me. Yeah, it looks like it flies great.
Yeah, the other thing
I wish Instagram would let me open this to a larger Fritzman video.
I think you can. There's a weird way to do it, but I don't remember.
Well, I think it just the saturation of the motors aren't like at peak level every time, like the whole time in flight. So I think the ability to catch yourself and stuff is all attributed to just that motor heat and having the motors be able to like work at their peak performance. I think a lot of Cinewhoops are really underpowered, and because they're like maxed out peak performance at 50% throttle, they can't really do the maneuvers you want them to do when you need them to do them, like at the ends of the sticks.
Right.
But they'll do like slow cruising and following, under 5 mile an hour type things really well. And that's why I think the super light ones excel indoors, because you're not subject to, 20 mile an hour winds or like whatever. But you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Absolutely.
So I took the Skya. I don't know if you guys know Gil Coronado, 32 Bits of Gil.
Oh yeah.
DRL racer. So he took the Skya for a Dell video shoot to shoot a commercial for Dell, and he came back and gave me some feedback. So I've got, with this order that's showing up next week, I've got a cinematic version of the Skya, which kind of takes when I designed this, I just wanted a fun little a hex that freaking rips like crazy, and is fairly durable. But what I ended up doing was, let me switch over my screen here. So what I ended up doing was I took the back motors. You can see it's kind of, it's almost, the front's here, right? So it's almost kind of like a dead cat without being dead cat. But I just smushed the back two motors in. So for the cinematic version, I extended these out so they're the same distance, same width as the front motors at the back. I extended them out and extended these arms just a little bit to give some more spacing for these hoops. And then I extended the back plate all the way to here, whereas now it's here. So I extended the back plate about another 2 inches, just so we could move the battery back further to offset the weight of the GoPro on the front, because it's a 3-inch, so it's relatively small.
Thing is wild, man.
But it really does fly pretty good. Gil fiddled with it and got a tune on it. On that one, and then I'm going to be building another one for him with the extended arms, like that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I think he and I kind of trying to work out a deal where he rents my quads to do his filming. So I've got to get at least 2 of each kind that he wants set up, so he can, we rent them. If something happens, then he's got a backup.
Nice.
So, but that'll turn out to be good. He still flies a lot and flies great. He just hates doing the repairs and all the maintenance and all that stuff. And he's got he's working for a company that does drone LiDAR mapping and stuff like that. So working on new LiDAR technology stuff. So that's pretty cool. I've been trying to get him on to do a show to talk about it, but Sunday nights is not an easy night for him. So.
Yeah.
Right. Hey guys, I gotta take off, but you're welcome to keep the stream going. I don't know. Why is that? There we go. You're welcome to keep the stream going. This is Robert's video.
This is his video compilation video from TDA 2022, Team
Yeah.
Drone Adventures.
So but yeah, guys, you guys are welcome to keep it going. I just got to sign off. So I'll
Yeah.
do the store spot real quick. Guys, check out optimizedrone.com. We've got our store up and links to our Patreon up there. We got a couple things going on this next couple of weeks, I think. And hopefully we got a couple of big guests. Welcome to the team, Captain Colin, and welcome to Team Gank, Danish Stallion.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Well, have a good night. You guys continue this. This is
Good night, Dan.
So,
Night.
Yeah, I'll go for a little bit longer. If y'all
yeah,
Yeah.
nice meeting you, Andrew. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having
Talk
us.
a little bit about your guys' company.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, we got like 20 more minutes, so and I like to chat. Andrew likes to listen.
Yeah, he's listening too much because I want to know a little bit more about Andrew because I was not following you before, so I literally have no idea anything about you. So tell us something about yourself.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah, man. So let's see. Started flying probably it was like 2017. I just moved to LA and I was like, kind of need to like meet some people. I don't really have anything to like do to like meet people besides work. So I was like, oh, like I had a 107 because I was doing real estate videography and photography at the time, and my boss was like, hey man, we really want you to like go do the aerial packages and stuff because you're already there doing 3D and video and photos. So like, what's one more thing? So yeah, I ended up getting the 107, and then I was like, oh, like cool, like what else can you do with this, like?
Mhm.
And then I was like, oh yeah, I remember this whole FPV thing, and they were talking about how like all these airspaces are like really affecting you. You can't really fly. I was like looking into it. I was like, oh okay, so like if you have 107, you can just like fucking file a flight plan and just fly in all these places people can't fly. I was like, all right, cool. So I bought, I think a FlySky i6 or whatever, and I was like, all right, sim it is, because that's the cheapest way in, right?
Right.
So I simmed for about like 3 months, and I was like, all right, sick. Gonna build me a quad, and I built a Martian. I believe it was a Martian 4. I put like Sam Gooks on it and like a Mamba stack. I was like, oh yeah, chilling. So I took it out like first day.
Damn good, man. Whew, that's some high quality stuff there.
Yeah, I know. I was like, dude, yeah.
those are like the $9 DYS motors or something, aren't they?
It's a $40 stack, $8 motors. Like, I got
awesome
like,
rip Vitrify
receiver on it. It didn't even do S bus, I don't think, or I bus, I guess.
Well, I mean, if you look at my the Martian, right? It's the custom one, but it's got like the Pyro Drone Hyperlight 2205 2600 kV motors on it.
Yeah,
still flies great. I mean, it's like, yeah, I was super frugal when I started too.
Yeah, man, it was like I'm not trying to spend more than like $200 on this quad. But yeah, I remember I went to the field the first time. It was all set up with the goggles. I was like, all right, cool, good video and everything. I fucking armed it, and then I was like flying line of sight for a little bit, and I was like, okay, I can do this. And I put the goggles on, and I immediately just got way too high. I got stuck like way above the trees, and I forgot about like orientation and all that, and I flew behind this tree, and it just went down. And I'm pretty sure it was a failsafe. I'm not really sure, but it ended up in some dude's backyard. And he was like totally Spanish, and I did not speak Spanish, so I kind of like mimed, "Hey, my drone flew into the backyard," and he was like, "No, no buy anything," and I was like, "No, my drone fell in your backyard. I can hear it from the behind in the park." He's like, "Oh, okay, you just go around and go look for it." And I was like, "All right." So I looked for it. I was like, "Oh, sick, it's here." But I literally destroyed like the receiver, the VTX, the camera, and like I bought all this shit on like Banggood, so it took like months to get there. And I was like, "Fuck, what do I do?" And I was like, "Guess I'm ordering shit on Banggood."
Yeah, I'm
But
very fortunate. I'm
that's
very
kinda
fortunate because I just started like 2 years ago, so I came in at a good time where everything was available to me. Like all these stores, it's like I can't imagine the stuff you guys had to do back then, like taking nunchuck controllers apart and shit like that to fly.
Right.
yeah,
Back in the
right.
day.
I came in a little bit after that.
Yeah, I wasn't quite at the multi-Wii stuff. I was right on the brink of changing over from PWM to serial, so I didn't have to mess
Wow.
with the plugs or anything and like custom map everything. But yeah, man, it was a wild time, and I was just like, it was way over my head. And then foreign ones came around, and people were still like, "Oh, I don't trust that. How can you trust a foreign one? Oh, what if one fucking ESC blows?" It's like, so who fucking cares, dude? It's $25. Like, get out of here.
Yeah. How much are they now?
Yeah, I know, right? This is like, oh man, you're paying like $80.
And it's actually kind of hard to find single ESCs. Like,
Right. Like you're getting like a Phoenix or something, or like a Holy Bro Tico.
yeah, I think I've still got 7 of the Speedix ES30s.
Yeah.
The most durable single ESC known to man. Those things freaking cheap as shit, and they'll freaking rock forever. And they're rated for 4S. I've run them on 5S, 6S. I think I officially had one smoke because I took a nice hit in my Mutiny. I got to swap out a motor. I don't know if it's the motor or if it's the ESC. The motor looks good, so. But yeah, it's I like the Speedix ESCs. I'm partial to the Pyrodrone stacks for my racers. I've been on them for a while. They're 30x30 ESCs. I use T motors instead. The T motor F45As.
Yeah, I've blown so many of those the 45 amp ESC. And
Yeah,
it's always the front left corner. It's always that corner.
The 30x30, like I said, I didn't have much luck with them. So for my racers, I switched over to the T motor F45 stack, and those were really nice. The only problem I have with those is the flipping the ribbon cable connector separates. So that's why I told you, Danish, put a little glue on that ribbon cable connector on your 45 light.
Yeah, I usually put a little bit of dab of liquid electric tape on them because
that's what I do.
I hit shit so hard all the time.
yeah.
My shit just always looks like this. Where I come back from flying, everything's dangling. Everything's broken. The last 4 weeks have been so intense. The bot battles, Rampage, like just.
He showed me pictures of his Apex in a box with just pieces sticking
Yeah.
out everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nuts, man. I mean, screws falling out. I'm like, everything just exploding. Like, getting stuck in pipes. And when you get in your own head, you're battling against somebody. You have no idea what they're gonna come up with, and you just gotta like try and send it harder than you ever had before. And honestly, these last 4 weeks have put a fire under my ass to try and amp up my speed because that's what I wanted, but I've been so cautious because I don't want to break my stuff because this hobby is very expensive to me.
Wouldn't have been able to tell.
It's been holding me back. And then I just, my wife was just like, you got to go for it. So she said, pretty much just said, you got to go for it. So
yeah, that's how I feel about the Hobby Wing ESC, like damn near bulletproof. But
yeah, those are.
Yeah,
here's the interesting thing. I am Captain Budget. I fly on DLHS.
I fly.
Yeah, I fly on Suctex 45 with Blue Jay, and that is the only iFly product that I will put my word that it's going to last as long as you don't go absolutely bonkers of turtling out of everything. If you can walk and pick it up, go walk and pick it up. Don't be turtling like a freaking moron. Just be etiquette. Like, think about, could something be stuck before you start turtling? And the stuff's not going to blow up, because that's going to blow up on a 60 amp too.
I think I fried my first Hobby Wing ESC about a month ago or so, and it was in that quad for almost a year and a half.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I turtle mode all the time, but like, I think you're right. It's like, try it once, twice. Okay, stop. You're gonna have to take the walk. Go take the walk. Like, it is what it is.
Double A, I would actually say that Bot Battle pushed me more than anything. Rampage pushed me a little. Anytime somebody's around, I'm going like, kind of like giving a little nudge. I'm going to try harder. Or if I know somebody's looking, I'm going to try harder. But it also makes me more nervous when somebody's watching and get in your own head.
Yeah.
That's the worst part. But also when you're flying alone and you're trying to battle somebody, that's the worst, because you have no distraction. And all you can think of, what should I do to win? And it does not help you. Like, my heart rate, like, just boom, boom, boom. It's like, it's crazy.
Well, it doesn't show, Danish. It doesn't show, because you kill it every time, man.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Thank you.
Definitely some sick battle vids.
Yeah, I will say my Steps to Hell was probably one of my craziest flights I've done in 2 packs ever. Probably the craziest flying I've ever done, period. Flying through a bando. And it's also my favorite bando now. So it's just, I love that bando so much. And I'm going to set the whole thing on fire soon.
Nice.
I know it's going to happen.
And for us, it's been interesting, because so like Matt knows that I used to have on my channel where I did interviews of pilots all the time and everything, and I've kind of scaled back because business for other things have kind of picked up. And I've been doing
twins.
I mean, the twins.
Twins.
So it's funny, right? It's funny, right? So I got 5 kids or whatever. So we got the twins that came last year, and what was it, like? I think it was like a Wednesday they were born, and then Friday a video dropped, and everybody was like, "Wait a minute, he just gave birth. Like, what? Why is he still doing interviews?" And people didn't realize I had like stacked up like 20 or 30 interviews for that time. So it's just like I was just literally just dropping interviews every Friday anyway. So like there was like no downtime, but like it kind of wears on you after a while. Like I've done so many that now it's like it's a lot. So I'm just kind of scaling back from that and focusing more on what Andrew and I've been up to. You asked that question. I only have like 10 more minutes before I'm about to get off. We are working on another business. We're not going to say the name of it just yet because we're still like getting it all sorted out. It is
super secret right here.
It is kind of, it's ground control adjacent. That's probably the best way to put it. Because, it's just what it is. But the reason why we're not really saying too much about it, I guess, is because we don't have the name locked in yet. And we want to make sure we take care of all of the business stuff first.
Yeah, and there's assholes out there that if they hear a name that they like, they'll go scoop the name up or some stupid shit. That kind of stuff. Or they'll buy the website, and then you gotta.
I'm at GoDaddy.com right now. What's the name?
Yeah.
But like we it's kind of like how Matt said, like with Gank, he decided to build the same thing with Dan. He built the quads that they liked rather than sit here and go buy the quads that they like. And it's kind of the same thing for us. Every single one of these quads are still tools. Yes, they freestyle and they long distance flying and all this other stuff, but they're also tools. For us, they're tools. So we've built that into the scenario for us, and that works really well. And I think it's kind of another reason why we've been kind of silent lately too. It's just easier to, success moves in silence like slime. That's something I've been taught when I was a kid. Like if you want to be successful at any major business, you don't like put it all out there all the time. And when you start to go into these new worlds and new realms of things, you don't really need to like pat your own back and showcase, because the work will speak for itself as it comes. Andrew's just designed some badass quads, so it works for what we're trying to do, and that's all that matters. And I did want to address one other thing. We've been having issues getting like certain things taken care of when it comes to sending out. So like we did the giveaway in Christmas, and we've had a lot of flack for it because some of it is still sitting up here in my storage. Main reason was right after Christmas, shipping just went through the roof for cost, and it was just kind of abusive. I mean, like, you know, we were like, what's the 12th day of Christmas? People won props and like a strap or something like that. I can't remember what it was, something cheap, but it was like a $5 thing that was going to cost us $30 to ship, and it was just like, we're not going to do that. It's just gonna sit, and they're gonna have to wait, and they're gonna be mad, and we will get it to them. So, you know, the last bit of things that are sitting are gonna get sent out over the next couple of weeks, and they're out finally, because now shipping has finally become logical again. You know, like I walked into USPS, and it was gonna cost me damn near $80 to ship the day one winner their stuff, and I was like, I'm not paying $80 to ship anything. Like, that's not logical in my mind. I go back home and talk to my wife about it, and she's gonna be like, "What the hell? Like, why? Like, no, because shortage. Like, no, there's no shortage on shipping. That makes no sense." So, wasn't gonna pay into that, and we caught a lot of flack for it. You know, we accept that, but I think it was the right move, at least for us, because it's just him and I. It's not like we're a big company,
Right.
you know. And secondly, it doesn't stop us. We're still going to do another set of giveaways next year, and this year coming up anyway. But it's just, I think it was the right move.
Those risks mitigated for sure. Like, I think our big thing was that, like, it just became. I mean, if you just even if you had like a $3 shipping on 78 items, that's still like significant amount of money. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that was something that we totally just overlooked, and especially like opening it up to like international and everything. I think we really like dig yourself into a hole that way, with the possibility of having 78, international shipping situations where the customs may not line up, or like, we got to declare all these things and we've never declared to this country before, or like there's things like that we just never really considered as like being a logistical issue and just mailing crops, and I think that's where we're kind of at, where it's like we're not necessarily like raking in dough running the shop, and we're not necessarily raking in dough doing our day jobs either. So it's kind of like we're trying to do something for the community, but it's also like we still have to live somewhere, and we still have to like get our bills paid and stuff. And at the end of the day, if there's a few mad people, I mean, as long as we can keep the shop open, it's hard to.
I've shipped a couple of frames to Europe, and I think I charge a flat rate $20, and then I think it ends up costing me like 26 or 28. So I'm gonna have to change that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, some countries are gonna be a lot cheaper than others.
We don't ship to Brazil. I'm just gonna tell you right now, we don't ship to Brazil. Brazil is a pain. Like, if everything to the letter is not accurate on that form, they will put your stuff in shipping hell, and then the person doesn't get it. Like, I have a frame that I ended up giving away to somebody else and I gave the other guy, like, I bought him something on Bang Goods because that's unfortunately that's easier for him.
Right.
But the frame literally went to Brazil, got stuck there because he sent the wrong name by accident. Like, it was like the way he wrote it was wrong, and he didn't check the spelling. And then my wife on our end, we didn't know about the fact that we were supposed to write gift on it. Right. So they wanted a receipt, and they said his name didn't match, and it was just a whole nightmare. And like, it sat in storage for 4 months before it came back to me, and they wouldn't tell me where it was. They were talking about I have to call U.S. Customs to find out where Brazil is keeping it. I'm like, why am I calling U.S. Customs? I'm calling you. Like, you have this shit. Like, you need to tell me where my shit is. And yeah, so Brazil's off my list.
So I've shipped to Great Britain, Germany, Sweden, and one other country I can't remember. I think it might have been Italy, or no, Spain. It was Spain. But I've shipped to a couple, and it hasn't been bad. The only problem I have with it is no matter what type of shipping I select, unless I go to like UPS, DHL, or FedEx, I lose tracking as soon as it drops into their country. As soon as it's received into the country, my U.S. U.S. Postal Service doesn't track it anymore.
Yeah.
So I can tell the guy, hey, look, it's in the country. It hit customs, but after that, I don't know what to tell people, right? I mean, but I will say I've only had one package lost out of all the packages I've shipped out. Fortunately, knock wood, and that was to Dan. So somewhere out there in U.S. Postal Service land, there is a OG nemesis floating around.
Someone over there flies FPV, man. I'm telling you that much.
Yeah.
It could be. It could be. I use black bubble wrap for my packages, and I've got my logo stickers that go on them for my return address. So it's a fairly recognizable package. At least most of the customers that have used me before know what to look for when they get their packages. Look for that black bubble wrap, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, the post office's X-ray machines are getting way too damn good. I mean, like, what is that? Got a letter in the mail, and you get the preview in your email, right? And I'm looking at the preview in the email, and I can practically read the words on the paper through the envelope.
Yeah, that's well, I mean, there's a lot of people that are shipping not so legal things through the USPS.
So they got to get serious now.
Well, I mean, especially with all the bullshit of freaking, you got legalized marijuana states and not legalized marijuana states.
Right.
That is the biggest conundrum I mean, it's getting to the point where people in non-legal states almost have to decriminalize it because they're sending so many people to jail for something that's medicine in other states. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the city of Austin and Travis County has decriminalized it up to, I think it's, they want to say a quarter ounce or some stupid shit. But Williamson County, the county that I live in, that's north of Austin, they take you. You don't get a misdemeanor ticket. You get a misdemeanor, but you get taken in and fingerprinted, and got to see the magistrate for bail. So
that's deep.
But it's just one of those. It's one of those silly things. It's like, I imagine this is back what it was like in the 20s and the 30s when certain states were starting to, decriminalize alcohol during Prohibition and stuff, right? So it's one of those things that the thing that I think is holding back a lot of states is the federal rating of it. Like,
there's a freaking bill on the Senate right now that just need to take it up and vote, and people need to follow what the people want. It's
not even what the people want. It's follow the damn rule of the laws that you already have established, right? It's classified as class 1, which is the same class as heroin, crack, shit that has zero medical uses.
Yep.
I mean, Schedule 1 is zero medical use. There is thousands upon thousands of proven medical uses for it. If not it for CBD, for, there's so many freaking, it's just, it makes no sense for them to keep doing it that way.
To be honest. So it should be reclassified.
You got to realize that most of these guys aren't even reading their own. They're not even reading the rule book in the first place. Like, they have no clue what half of these laws are. And I mean, that's the thing that frustrates me. And I don't want to get political because I know that becomes a problem if we all do that. But like, it frustrates me watching, political figures do what they do when you start to look at it and realize that you don't even know, like, you're vetoing something that you about a year ago agreed to. Like, it's like, did you pay attention to what was going on here? Like, it's just really frustrating, like, watching.
It's funny because so the way I like to look at it, and this is so most people are about this far from center, one way or the other, in their political leanings. The politicians are way over here, and way over here. And
Yeah.
the left keeps going further left, the right keeps going further right, and everybody in America is just going, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
Everybody in
Right.
America, everybody in America is like, "Can we just get the weed and call it a day?"
Right. I mean, over 70%, over 70% of the population wants it to be legal. Period. And it's
And-
just time to vote
Well,
on it.
and then the 30% that don't,
Just
10%,
can't
only
admit it.
10% are really hardcore against it. The other 20 don't give a shit. It's like alcohol; they don't care.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Yep.
just think about the amount of tax dollars gets used on fucking pot dealers. Oh my god.
Dude,
Oh wow,
so-
they're so dangerous.
The thing that amazes me is
Yeah.
you've got states like Colorado, right? Colorado, when they first made it legal, they refunded everybody's state taxes. Nobody had to pay state taxes that year because they made so much money on sales tax on they didn't know what to do with it all. Right? And then you got states like California, which put a triple sin tax on it, right? So you pay for it and then you pay double what you're paying for it in a sin tax. And then California's got freaking California has so much money collected in taxes that they could literally run their own country and their own healthcare and everything if it wasn't so flippin' corrupt. That
Yeah,
whole state is fucking terrible. Newsom, I read this article about Newsom about him trying to pass a bill that says it's okay for an 11-year-old to give consent to an adult. I'm sorry, that's a bit beyond, but I don't want to get political. So we'll.
Let's
let's stay out of that world for a moment.
Yeah.
Y'all live in California. I'm sure you feel a little bit of that.
And Andrew Howard asked, "When are we releasing the 6-inch?"
Yeah, I saw that.
Your eyes are gonna pop out.
We'll get there. We're almost there.
We'll get there. We're almost there. Yeah.
There's just a couple more things I want to do for it. I just want to make sure it's right.
I've had the necromancer, the big tape chase squad. I've had the first prototype since August, and then I changed a couple of the parts back in November, and then I just sent them out this year to a couple of test pilots. Sometimes it goes
you know how it goes, man. It's like you don't feel comfortable just being like, well, it's for sale now. It's like, no, dude.
Yeah.
I really want
with
to
the
know about it and be able to answer questions if they come up,
Yeah.
So
Necromance also has way more parts in it than any other quad.
It's and it's a little more complicated to build.
Yeah.
It's a specific purpose.
But you know what? Not to cut you off, but if you make it right and you do some testing and you make some adjustments and then you say, okay, you know what? I think this is the final product. Have a few people test it, and then you start to put it on sale. Then you don't have to make 50 revisions while people are flying the current version, because that's gonna piss off your client base.
Yeah.
Well. So what I did with the Mutiny V2 was I opened up the pre-order for the prototypes for anybody that wanted to test one, and I got 23 pilots on this one. I got 20 pilots on the first Mutiny, 23 pilots on the V2, and every bit of feedback that they had went into the final revision of the frame. It was more feedback than it was difficult to deal with, all the feedback, but every single criticism or suggested adjustment or tweak went into the frame. And then the one thing that I couldn't do that a couple people, the people that flew the OG Mutiny, wanted me to do was to shorten the front end. They're like, well, the front end's too long. It just, I can't, it flies different than the Mutiny V1. And I was just like, okay, well, I put all the strength edits and the new arms and everything I put on the Mutiny V1. So so now I have an analog Mutiny V2 and then the HD Mutiny V2. Now the analog still fits a Vista unit, but you'll get props and you get slight props in view. It'll still fly 5.5 inch. But the HD, no props in view on 6-inch, fits the DJI or the Caddx Vista, and it just flies. It flies well. It does take a little bit to get used to the length of the front end. Danish will attest to that. But I mean, you can tell by his flying, it didn't take him too long to get used to it. So, but speaking of Danish,
available? you make the V1 available for people who prefer the V1?
The V1. So what I did was I adjusted the V1, which was just built for analog. It was built before digital. I adjusted it. So the only main difference is I extended the front and the back 8 millimeters, so I could move the standoffs off of the arm screw. So currently on the Mutiny, the V1, the standoffs are part of the structure. It actually the arm screws into the standoff, and that was the one criticism that people didn't like about it, is that it's hard to keep screws tight when they're screwed into a standoff. And that being the arm screws, it does make a difference. So what I did was I extended the frame 8 millimeters in the front, 8 millimeters in the back, just to be able to move the screws off of the arms, move the standoffs off of the arm screws. And then I did like the bump out on the front. Like I've got a little chin bump out here that kind of protects the camera a little bit better. On the old Mutiny, on the Mutiny V1, you can see it's kind of recessed on the bottom plate. So I bumped that out on this, and I changed the slotting of some of the holes. And then I gave it the new arms. But other than that, the Mutiny non-HD V2, like I said, all the major updates were just moving the standoffs and beefing up the front and then giving it the new arms. The old arms will still fit, but same arm design across all the 5-inch frames. I did that when I first started. So like my the race arms, the 6-inch race arms on the Asp and the Wyvern are the 5.5-inch arms for the Mutiny. Same size, same bolt on. So if you wanted to swap a Mutiny arm out of your racer, you could, or vice versa, so on. The next racer, the new racer I'm designing. So this is the Asp racer.
Right here.
You can see it's got tons of room. This is a 20 by 20 stack, but it's still got tons of room for the electronics and everything in there. And it's still pretty light. I mean, it's only 69 grams, but if I shorten that carbon base, I can and put the camera out front like a lot of the quads are doing, I could drop it by another almost 8 grams.
Makes sense.
Mid-mount frame.
This Asp Racer on 4.3 release 5 on stock rates is so freaking locked in. It's so robotic, and it just flies fantastic. The only sad thing is it's analog, so I might need to see if I can squeeze a Vista in there because I tried to fly it. I'm like, I hate this analog stuff. It sucks. I'm just
like
so
still have the Rotor Riot sticker on there.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
The Rampage sticker there.
So I got a dip, but I'll ask one last question real quick of you guys, and you tell me what you think. What do you prefer, the Air unit or the Vista? Because I'm leaning back to the Vista and like about to rip Air units out of almost everything we own.
Yeah, I will say Vista because I mean I like the Air unit because it had an SD card in there, but that SD card is very unreliable. The diversity, I don't really feel like I get any better penetration and stuff like that for it. So I think that for anything that needs the extra range penetration, I would say go with the Air unit. But for freestyle bandos and stuff like that, I would just go with the Vista because I think it's way more sturdy and it can handle more. That's my take on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll back that one up.
Yeah, that's kind of how I've been feeling lately.
Biggest rule with that Vista, I see a lot of people break that UFL off. You gotta secure your antenna. You gotta. Number one rule because it's gonna be your $165 in the toilet.
Yeah,
that and the MIPI cable. So people say that they want you should put a little bit of TPU and put a little bit of glue or something like that. I don't think it matters when the crash happens. I think the most important thing is to have enough slack that hopefully it doesn't go beyond the slack.
Absolutely. And when you do have weird issues, don't just think that it's toast. There's a ribbon cable that goes between the two modules. I have had a couple of times where I had to go in and reseat that. It's not hard at all to separate those and just reseat that little connector that's on the inside, and just make sure, like you said, have enough slack on it and make sure that thing can't get ripped out.
Yeah.
Protect that cable. Try not to run it between the flight control and the ESC, because if you do have something burn out, you don't want that to get damaged. But it doesn't pull a lot of voltage through there, but you still might be able to damage the actual module if there's any kind of voltage touching it. So that's just my take on it. Secure that UFL.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out the best place to put the wire. I've started running it on the ESC.
That's where I go.
That's the only thing that's difficult, because the flat cat, the 7-inch, I ran it through, like you said, between the ESC and the flight controller. When the HGLRC ESC caught on fire midair, and that's when it was toasted. And before it could burn the wire all the way through, because whatever metal they're using for the wire is actually pretty durable. Yeah. It ripped out of the Vista, so it destroyed the Vista anyway. So I don't know what kind of metal, because it's not regular copper, it's something else, but like it just didn't want to separate, but it was burned to a crisp,
right,
and ripped right out anyway. So I don't know. Anyway, guys, I gotta go help the wife with the kiddos. Thank you for having me on.
Thanks for joining,
man.
Absolutely.
It's great to meet you guys. And it's time for me to dip out too.
All right. Well, I'm going to answer a couple more questions here. I got Tuda FPV asking if I was going to make a mid-mount frame like the Remix or the Footy. I had actually thought about it. I just I've got 6 prototypes I was working on this year, so it was a lot to manage. Well, thanks, Shinjo. All right, he disappeared without saying goodbye. All right, but yeah, I got I'm working on a lot of stuff. Like I said, the next frame that I'm working on is going to be a racer. So I've got another racer coming out. I'm going to redo. I got a 5-inch racer, and then I'm redoing the bottom plate on the Pixie 3-inch racer. So it'll fit the the diamond stack. Right now, currently it's 20 by 20 or the 16 by 16 stack in it. But I'll have to change the shape and redo the canopy and all that. That's going to take a little bit of editing. But then I'll get back to some freestyle stuff. I'm trying to kind of work my way into all the little niches. The cinematic footage is definitely one that I'm working on. That's kind of why I fixed the hex. I'm also going to do like a cinematic quad or X8. I haven't figured out yet. Let me see here. Yes, I have a link. Yeah, I got a link here. Let me share it. There we go. DakeMultirotors.com. Oh, it's right underneath my name here too.
There you
go. Thanks, Danish. But yeah, so right now the stock's a little bit low because I've been phasing out a couple of models, and I've got a new order that's due to arrive this week. So the V2, the Mutiny V2s will be up hopefully by next weekend. And then let's see, the Nemesis got 3.5 inch and 4-inch variants of that coming out. The Skya coming out. In both of the V2s, so I got a ton of stuff. Actually, Third Eye View, Dan does a lot. I have a hard enough time trying to find time to repair my own stuff because, in addition, like the frame company is my side business. I still have a full-time job on top of that. So unfortunately, I don't do repairs. I do help local flyers if they're having trouble fixing things. But it's not something I try to do on a regular basis. Although Dan Piper Parkinson does do repairs. If you send him a frame, he will repair your drone. And help you get it back flying. He does good on tuning as well. So if you hit up Dan will be able to help you get a drone back up in the air if you'd like. And he loves to do that stuff. He's building drones for Rob Eccles right now. So he loves to do that kind of stuff.
Yep, just send him a message. He'll help you.
And that, as part of the channel, like I said, he's really starting to help do that more. He does have, if you talk to him, I believe he's got I think that's one of the things that he does with his Patreons is helping troubleshoot. So, but yeah, give him a call, talk to him. Oh, cool. He's in Killeen. I'm in Leander. So you're probably about 40, maybe 45 minutes from me. Do you fly with the guys up in Temple? Because Temple's got a big flying club up there, Temple Drone Racing. Luke Sanford of SkyReadyRC.com runs that chapter up there, and he does a great job. They do flies every weekend in Temple. They've got their own flying field in Temple there. But they do a lot of racing, lots of racing. Almost most of the setups that they do are racing. But I think Luke is in the top 50 fastest pilots in the country, give or take.
All right. Hey, Matt, you want to B-Rat just put out a minute and a half video. You want to play that one out for us?
Yeah, let me check that real quick.
Little Rampage highlight.
Yeah. He told me about when this happened, and it sounds like a hoot to watch. So
yeah,
they had a little bit of a accident and a really weird quad retrieval.
Let me let's see. Yep, there we go. Get that.
You probably need sound for it. All right. There we go.
Everybody, this is Jasper. I got me right. Yeah, let's go and get the poll. We're trying to get Bruce's drone out of this giant steel tank. This Rampage 2022. What's up? Got a little stranded fella right there.
Make it big when you can.
Some homies up on the way.
You get a drone inside the tank.
But I love that B-Rad had the tool.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh.
Yeah, they went through up there on accident.
Look at that.
It's like
There's the man.
no one was radiated in this retrieval.
At least not we know of.
There were some awesome retrievals from that weekend.
Yep.
Yours especially.
Dude, did E-Rod do music this year too?
Oh yeah,
he did. Yeah,
I didn't see anybody post it. All right, take it easy, buddy.
I did a little thing on Instagram. That's about it.
I was trying to get Ken to play your little challenge against Ken the other night.
I played that one already.
Did you?
Yeah, and actually, I've got his the Steps from Hell one freaking pulled up already.
This one right here.
This one here was freaking insane. There were some tiny gap dives in this that I just loved.
It was insane to me. It was 2 packs for lunch. Probably my best flying I've ever done.
It just sometimes happens, man.
Yeah. It was mostly the speed I get on the second pack, which is like crazy.
Did you
see every time I try to fly at lunch, I end up right at the last pack that I have time to fly. I'll crash somewhere and end up having to retrieve it or get it stuck in a tree or something.
Yeah.
I used to have a little more flexibility in my lunch breaks where it didn't matter what time I came back. It's because I usually worked from 7 in the morning until 6 or 7 at night. So they were a little lax on when I would but now that I'm a trainer, I've got to I can't leave my students sitting in a class waiting for me while I'm out ripping packs at lunch.
Right.
Invite them out. Be like a field trip.
I've actually
We're going
well,
flying.
yeah, I don't do that during class time, but a lot of times, like the last day of class, I'll bring my whoops in and I'll fly them around, and then I'll take them out to the parking lot, and then I'll fly the Nemesis Micro in the parking lot.
Nice.
Yeah,
man.
so one of my tricks you saw me do there, where I could do under flip out, and I do a slow roll towards the gap, where I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna do a little tutorial on that here soon. I did record it a couple of times, but I didn't like the way I was talking, so I'm gonna redo it.
No fiery bush this time.
Yeah, no
That's
bush.
that is the hardest part of doing a vlog, is getting over how you look and sound when you're doing
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah. That's...
I like that, dude. And then right back in it.
Nah. But then, yeah, Tim, you're definitely a natural at like explaining things, though. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You
Thank you.
definitely are very descriptive of how to do it and showing it. You know, but you've taught me quite a bit.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna fly with you some more and push you harder now.
Now I'm in trouble.
Yes, you are.
No, I need to be.
I just need to get out and fly more.
Yes, you do. Yep.
Yeah.
And now you got to go out and fly, because I want some fresh footage from everybody, so I can make a little team edit.
Well, I'll definitely have some footage from IO.
Yeah.
Just a
Well, I
matter
meant of flying, not like
Yeah.
other people flying. Nice try.
Well, I'll have footage of me flying from IO.
Okay, good.
Like,
Don't be outsourcing that shit. I want you flying.
I'm not going there just to watch.
Although,
Although,
hey, what's up, Laura?
I am going to try to
I am gonna try to
compete. I am going to try to compete in the rookie race. Although they'll probably give me shit because I've been going there since 2017 or 2018 to the
You're no
the
damn rookie boy.
Yes, I still suck. Leave me alone.
We got Mom to Dawn on here.
Hey.
Mama Don.
I mean, not Mom to Dawn. We got Laura on here.
Oh.
Mrs. Dawn to Dawn. I can't speak tonight. I'm feeling so out of it. I'm sorry. Twan.
She was Don the mom, right?
Don.
Oh, geez.
Mama Don.
I'm just a mess.
You've had a rough week, man, or a rough couple
Yeah.
weeks, I would say.
Yeah.
Between
But yeah, this is
the competitions.
This is the Nemesis 3-inch with the Insta 360 Go on it here.
That thing's beautiful.
Yeah, it's Mrs. Dawn. I'm
Mrs.
an
Dawn.
idiot. At least I know your name, Laura. Yeah, I know. I should be ashamed. Also, I didn't take any pictures with her. I felt so bad. I'm just so bad at taking pictures with people. I really am. Just like I'm bad at doing vlogs.
You are just on.
I'm bad at even posting my video. I've got DVR or Insta3, some kind of video for almost every time I fly. I just don't.
Dude, that's a 3-inch you said?
Yeah. That's the Nemesis Micro 3. Like I really put like a lot of thought in this and trying to make it so it flies like you're freestyling a 5-inch in just a smaller package. You know, I still like to the point where I made this, no one had really made a Squished X Micro with a top mounted battery. And I'd asked my friend Dalton, who designed micro frames. I asked him to do one for me, and he was just like, "Nah, I don't think anybody would want it." And then
here it is.
So
Sorry,
like, okay,
it took me a little while.
I
had to find it on my desk. Desk is a mess. My desk is like a graveyard.
So this frame here weighs. I've got 1404, 4600 kV. I'm flying it on 3S in the video here.
Yeah.
It weighs 186 grams with the Insta 360 Go, and the 650 milliamp hour battery.
Damn.
So
I love a 3-inch like that. That is beautiful. I mean,
the tune on it's great. Right now I've got a really low angle on my Insta 360, which is why you can see a little bit of prop.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
okay.
gonna. That's gonna be a soundbite, Colin. Just so
What?
you know. It's gonna
I
be my
love,
new
I love a good
notification.
3-inch.
I love a good 3-inch.
I'm gonna go
I
back
mean-
and record that, and put it on my notification.
I thought about that earlier when I was talking about your 7-inch that you flew at Rampage, and I was like, yeah, I really love Tim's 7-inch.
There she is. What's up, Kim Fused?
Kim, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Kim?
Welcome to the stream. You missed Dan. You missed Petrol and Shoji.
Yes, we're talking about our 3 to 7 inchers.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Night is gone.
Way to show up when the action starts.
Like, oh, girls in the room, watch out.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, that was the one video that I've got posted. Like, I won't play that one. This was the first micro build I ever built, 2.5 inch. This is originally it was called the Little Shit, but he ended up calling it the Little Deuce because Facebook didn't like the name Little Shit.
It's not how you size the counts, it's how you bang the
This is a
sticks.
family-friendly show, Kim.
Funny.
Depends on what family you're in. Banging them sticks, huh?
But yeah, this was the micro. So the guy that designed this, I was trying to get him to design me a freestyle 3-inch, and he just didn't want to do it. So after I got a couple of my frames going, I was like, why the heck not? And I actually the Nemesis Micro I designed to be a 2.5 inch. I did not have any plans to make a 3-inch version, except that I knew I wanted a 3-inch version for myself, so I ordered 2.
Oh yeah.
And Dan got the 2.5 inch and he liked it. And he broke one, so I sent him a 3-inch, and he liked the 3-inch better. I just wanted an ultralight 3-inch, and then the 3-inch it was like everybody was like, no, you definitely have to make the 3-inch. No, you have to make the 3-inch, and it was just like, okay, yeah, dude. And now the 3-inch is more popular. Like, I haven't sold a 2.5 inch in ages. I think I've got 2 left. I didn't even order any more because nobody had bought one. And
the 3 inches has been so popular for a while now, and now it's 3.5 inch for this.
Well, and that's what I did this time. Is I bought, instead of buying 2.5, I bought 3.5s and 4s.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, that 3.5 inch is going to really help for the people with the Vistas.
Oh yeah.
A little extra you want, and it's going to match up to the 3-inch analog with that.
Yeah. But I will say the 2-inch will fly better than the Bobito. Actually, I haven't flown the Bobito yet, but it looks pretty cool. It's a tiny little drone.
It does look really cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does actually.
Like, I'm wondering if I can
that little flywheel 1S that I have. That I love that thing.
I'm wondering if it can fit a regular whoop board, or it has to be that board he uses. I need to figure that out, because I'd be tempted to try it out and just transplant my whoop over there.
To answer your question, do you guys know? You guys knowing so much about the difference, able to answer the age-old question if size matters. To be honest, guys, that's up to the woman. I'm sorry, I can't say that. There are gay guys out there too. But it's up to your partner whether it matters or not.
You
don't have a whole lot of say in it.
What I like 10-inch frames, and then I got to bounce hot tub time, and then Gordo shows up and says, "Hey, dudes."
Yeah.
What's up, Gordo? I said, you got a big one, huh?
All right, and I think we'll end the show with that, because we can't go any more downhill from here. All right. So thank you guys for joining the stream. Again, congrats to Colin for being the new optimized drone team pilot. Congrats to Danish for being the first Gank Multirotors freestyle team pilot. Thank you very much, you guys.
Also on his big win this week too. Don't forget about that.
Just want to show you one last thing here.
Danish gonna show us one last thing.
You're never gonna see ego like this.
Is it 7 inches? No.
Rippies!
Oh yeah.
Rippies!
Yeah.
Gotta love the Rippies, boys. That's right.
That is beautiful.
Thanks, guys. You guys have a good night.
All right, guys. Everybody, good night. I will see you all at IO. I will be on the stream next weekend. We're not leaving till Monday to start driving up there, so I will be freaking here next Sunday and hyped up, and probably be a short show because I'll be so hyped up. But we'll talk about it some more. I'm trying to lay out a little more plans for it. So take care, everybody. Rip some packs. Hey, and post some video, man. You guys know we'll watch videos on the shows on Sundays. All right. Have a good night.